the Shadowrun original box set game. If you were with us yesterday for our Dungeon Death World, thanks for rejoining us today. Today we're going to be doing Shadowrun with Jay, Robin, Sarah, and John. Red, the street shaman, is not able to join us at this point in time, dealing with personal issues, as was described to me. Good luck, Red, and hope everything works out for you. So, we're going to get started by doing a quick recap from what was going on in the last game session. You all had a chance to work with one of... Let me stop for a second. I started stumbling. You all had a chance to work with Mr. Lucciano, one of Sonny's contacts, in which you went and picked up a friend, request for another friend, and dropped friends off and got information. It's kind of a rough estimate of it, but that's pretty much what it boils down to. Now, you have gone to his previous abode and did a little B&E. Is that... Anybody know what B&E means?
Yes.
Okay, means break and enter.
Here.
So you broke and enter and got into his house. Last time we played, I forgot I had actually downloaded this map to the Roll20. This time we actually have it, so you get a chance to see. I'm currently looking at the second floor where you can see the balcony and stuff. And if you're looking at the first floor, you can see that the pool and whatnot. All of the power and the information, all the power, utilities are still turned on, and you can see the driveway out front. So it pretty much covers the previous game's description. And you get some details like where all the bathrooms are. I think there's 3 on the second floor. They have 3 bathrooms on the second floor. I have 1 bathroom and only 1 floor. To be that rich. Well, Mr. Lucciano has had a chance to wander around his house and look through stuff. He got into his cache of old guns, and lo and behold, other than having a slew of really interesting high-powered weapons, Odysseus was able to fall in love with a... Wasn't it? It was European. I know it was a European semi-automatic assault rifle.
Yeah, it's an H&K. Let me pull up the sheet here real quick. Where did it go to close it? Probably cool.
Give your character sheet up.
Yes, here it is. I don't think it's displayed here.
That's the only one I have.
Okay. I can't remember what it is, but it's an HK something or other. XM X something. Hold on.
It is something. It's a gun.
It's a giant gun.
It is a giant gun. Well, the good news is
Giant frag gun.
Yeah, it's the one that can change from a long gun to a assault rifle to a submachine gun. Well, not submachine gun, but RB. It's got a shotgun attachment, and I think it can throw grenades.
Well, the only thing it can't throw is insults.
I mean, you could probably write it on the bullet. Like, yo, mama, so fat.
HK XM30. The XM30 is HK's modular weapon system. Each kit comes with a shock pad equipped stock, smart gun system, imaging scope, 2 underbarrel secondary weapons, a secondary feed mechanism, 4 different barrels along with a bipod for heavy options. The XM30 is intended to equip entire military or police units with the ability to change roles based on operational situations. Now, after reviewing this device, I realized that the most important thing for this is some sort of carrying case. I'm assuming that he purchased it through one of his gun-running buddies that he knew for a lot more than $4,500. Because the availability is a 15F. So I'm pretty sure he probably dropped about 15 to maybe even 20,000 to get the whole collection plus a carrying case. He just couldn't get it signed by the artist. So, he's pointing at the gun saying, yeah, sure, take it. You can probably get greater use out of it than I can, but you're going to need the case that has all the extra doodads in it.
Okay.
Because a bipod is not a small object. It is something that has to be either clipped on, taken off, and stuff like that. And the feed mechanism for the belt, I'm assuming it's like the drum bass, like either a drum or a belt feed. That's not a small thing. Nor is 100 rounds of ammunition small thing. So, yeah, it's very modular, but it's also at the same time probably rather bulky.
Exactly.
And I hadn't decided at that point in time whether or not he had any grenades for it, and we're going to say no. But I'm assuming I'm going to assume that he has at least the rounds for the assault rifle, the carbine, are the same, while the sniper rounds are different, the LMG rounds are different, and as well the shotgun rounds are different. And we're going to assume that he has enough to satisfy the assault rifle, carbine, the sniper, the LMG, and the shotgun, but we're going to cut the LMG down to 20 rounds on a pre-made belt feed that's inside this carrying case. So you don't have 100 rounds of the LMG setup.
Okay.
But you do have 10 shotgun rounds, 10 sniper rounds, and 30 of the carbine / assault rifle rounds. I'm also assuming that the carbine assault rifle modification is no more than you flipping a switch, and instead of it automatically firing back and forth. Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly why there's a difference. It looks like the assault rifle and the carbine are the exact same stats.
Yeah, it's the carbine uses a shorter barrel, so you don't use the submachine gun range increments instead of the assault rifle range. So I think I might have to like pop the long barrel off and pop the short barrel on.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So, yes, he is able to hand that over to you. You guys currently were in the gun closet itself as he was suiting up and gathering his heavily modified Super Ruger Warhawks. When it was pointed out, I don't remember who actually noticed it, but somebody noticed that there was something on the vanity table.
Sunny.
Yeah, it was Sunny.
You don't have to come over, but you can be heard. She's currently over speaking with the audience. She found on the table. Does anybody remember?
Lipstick.
Lipstick, and of course that brought the game to an end as we sat there and kind of hashed around going, lipstick. This doesn't make sense. So that's where we're going to pick up at, because Sonny has made some assumptions about what the lipstick means. And we're going to go start by finding out where everybody is, and then we're going to get the ball rolling. So right now, Lucky, Odysseus, and Sonny, I know specifically, are on the second floor in the bedroom attached to the balcony. If you're looking at the second floor map, there are 3 bedrooms on the lower south side, and I'm referring to this bedroom right here. This tiny little blacked out area right here is actually the gun closet. It's actually not blacked out, it's part of it. This section of wall is a little bit thicker to give more room for the gun closet. The master suite is downstairs, but this was the second floor bedroom was the one that, oops, sorry, wrong one. The second floor bedroom was the one that he and Jessica used more than the master suite. The master suite was just set up to look nice. All right, so who else was in the second floor bedroom with Sonny, Lucky, and Odysseus? Nobody. Where was Alan?
Down keeping watch with Gears.
So Alan and Gears were in the car?
Yes.
And Zamora was running around downstairs stealing anything that wasn't tied down, if I was correct.
Well, I stole the Roomba, and then I was looking at the house phone, because I plan on pulling data off of it, like whatever, call logs.
Call logs,
messages.
data, information, whatever you can figure out. Okay.
Yeah.
So, not to put the people in the car on the side, nothing is really going on with you guys. A lot of that action is in the house. So we will start off with Zamora finding out what she's doing at this point in time. So you're downstairs, you've got the rumba, you've picked it up, you've opened your satchel bag, you've made sure to turn it off, and activated your cell phone, or maybe your deck, your comlink,
Yeah.
and you're starting to look for the wireless device that speaks to the Roomba so you can wander around, find all the pieces and parts, because you know it's not just this right here. You know there's other bits. So as you're looking around and you found them, I'm just going to toss it out. It shouldn't be too hard to find a wireless signal with your devices. You notice upstairs has gotten kind of quiet because you could hear noise. They were talking, and now nothing.
Okay. I'll call Sunny's comm to see where she is.
Do you make a phone call or just send a text message?
Text.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So, there you are, standing next to the vanity table, looking down at the lipsticks. I don't know if you picked it up or not.
No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not pick it up. Mostly because I didn't want to set off anything unusual. Like, this is a trap.
Like, this is a trap? All right.
Yeah.
Nick is smart, but he's not smart enough to know if this is a trap or not, so he's immediately going to walk over and stare at it. And I think I remember him going, who would have pulled that out? Why the hell would somebody pull her lipstick out, you know? And then you had said back to him, did you say anything, what you assumed? You didn't?
No, we didn't get that far. We actually stopped with him staring at it, dumbstruck. So he hadn't said anything either.
Okay, so he hasn't said anything. Okay, so we'll pick up as upstairs. He's staring at it from the gun closet. So he walks out. The gun's mechanically retracting onto his little arm pieces that he has into his jacket, up his sleeves, and he's putting on his jacket again. And he walks over and what is that doing now?
Maybe somebody's sending you a message.
Who would be sending me a message? It was Jessica's lipstick. He walks over and he picks it up, kind of starts looking at it.
Nothing happened?
Yeah, nothing happened. He picks it up, he starts playing with it. No alarms, no nothing. But your phone does go off.
Okay. So I will do a little bit of a jerk, jump thing. Not quite a full on jump, but more like oh, that was just my phone. Okay. I'll look at it.
It's Zoe, and she's asking you got quiet upstairs. What would you say to your text message?
You guys okay up there? Got pretty quiet.
You're like, we're all alive. Found some interesting stuff. Might want to get the investigator up here to check it out further. Mr. Parsons. That's who I would say. I want to get Parsons up here to check it out.
Okay. Then I'll shoot a text over to, well, I guess Jay. Since Mr. Parsons doesn't do technology.
Well, Mr. Parsons
okay.
does have a cell phone, so he does do technology. It's just tends to shy away from it. So, yes, Robin, Alan gets a message saying Sonny needs you inside on the second floor.
Well, off I go.
All right. You wander into the house. It's elegant. This place is beautiful. These people have way too much money. There's way too much space all over the place. I don't know how your character would interpret how this place feels to you. Fake plants here and there. Technology all over the place. You can only imagine the amount of AR that's floating around this room right now around you that you are not interacting with.
Reach in, turn the phone decidedly off. I don't even want to have to deal with that thing in here.
Okay. As you're passing by to head up the second floor, you're going to be passing by the front living room area. Zoe, do you abscond from your activities to avoid being viewed as you're lifting things, or do you just don't care if somebody sees you pickpocketing the house?
Oh, I guess I would not be in view.
Okay. But you would be subtle about it, or, just not in view? So, I mean, you're not in the kitchen with the sound of silverware raking as you got your bag open going, hey, they're upstairs.
I'm not delivering the silverware.
I don't know.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I'd just be like,
Got to pay rent somehow.
that's true. I just kind of like point upstairs and then like walk around the corner to get the rest of the parts. Start.
All right, were you going to order up the tuna fish from the refrigerator?
Before we leave. I mean,
Okay.
if it's frozen, I don't want it to go bad.
Yeah, no, it is frozen. I was just wondering if that was still on the list of things to do.
You know. Yeah.
It's probably a good thing Alan doesn't know about the kitchen right now, or he'd probably be eating about half a dozen sandwiches.
All right, so you head upstairs. It doesn't take you long to kind of hear some noise and begin heading toward the room where they're at. Before you send the message, send Alan up, and then he looks at it. He kind of looks at you, looks over at Odysseus, who I'm assuming is still kind of perusing through the guns, and then says, "Go ahead."
I'm changing the barrel out to the carbine barrel.
Okay. Ooh, this is fancy. It turns, who could be sending me a message? I mean, come on. Who knows I'm even here? I got snuck back into Seattle. Nobody knows I'm here. I bet you it was that cunt. Her mom has been up running around here messing with her shit. I find her, I'm gonna put a fucking bullet in her head. Fracking bitch.
So the talking about Jessica and her mother makes Odysseus want to have a private-ish conversation with Lucky and Sunny. So I'm gonna I'm Odysseus a clear throat, and Lucky, Sunny, can I talk to you on the balcony for a moment?
All right.
I don't want Alan and stuff here.
All right, so Alan, as you're creeping up the stairs and everything, John hasn't said he audibly says this in a hushed tone. The place is quiet, so I'm assuming with your exceptional perception, as you're moving up the stairs, you hear Odysseus in the room saying, hey, can we talk outside? Do you want to shadow them as they move out onto the balcony?
Ooh. I mean, because Sunny hasn't told Alan what she called him up there for, so it's.
I think he would.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you ask to speak to him outside on the balcony. Lucky looks at you. Yeah, sure. Not seeming anything interesting. The fact that you're holding a very large assault weapon in hand and you're loading with ammo. Can we talk outside?
Shit.
I don't want to ruin the drapes.
Ow.
So yeah, when we get out there, can I make a perception check to make sure there's nobody like creeping around?
Sure.
I'm gonna have before we go out. I am gonna have Nick put the lipstick back down because he doesn't need to be carrying that around.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
like evidence.
Okay, he puts it down.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, sorry, I'm not actually rolling. I'm trying to set up a dice roller.
Got it. Robin, do you want to stealth at this time, considering what you've heard, or are you unconcerned? Your boss just called you upstairs because she needs you.
Yeah, I think he'd probably take a moment, put on his and activate his stealth
Sneaky.
stealth spell.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky,
Oh,
sneaky, sneaky,
yeah.
sneaky, sneaky.
Which cuts the sound.
All right, go ahead. What force rating you going to use?
7.
She can't even handle that.
Yeah.
It's just going to be immediately Alan Parsons everywhere.
Everyone's.
Let's go with a force rating 4.
Ooh, nice. Isn't that above your magic rating?
Nope. I remember I upgraded that magic rating.
Yeah, that's her growing pains. Remember?
Right.
Yeah. Growing pains.
Oh. Willpower. Well, doesn't really matter what. Since one success.
All right, that gives you 1 extra success for your stealthy rolls,
Okay.
if I remember correctly. Yeah, Alan got a text message and then left the car. I don't know if he said anything specifically to you as he left. But he walked.
I probably just said I hold down the fort. Generally, hold down the fort while I got summoned upstairs by Sunny.
Okay.
So you get upstairs, you cast your spell. Fourth rating 4. Go ahead and do your drain.
Let's see. Drain is willpower plus magic.
No, it's your Hermetic or Shemitic.
Hermetic.
So it's logic plus willpower.
Oh.
And if you have any resistance drain foci working for you or any spirits helping you sustain spells and stuff like that, you've got other stuff. 4 successes, it does no effect to you, so you have 1 extra success, I do believe, to making a stealth check. Based with noise, so go ahead and make your stealth roll.
Okay. Oh, I forgot that extra one.
I'm not sure it's going to make much of a difference. Let's see, stealth makes the subject less audible, noise. Anyone who might first succeed resisting the spell and then making a perception check. So while you're stealthing, for people to hear you, they must resist the spell. And being that it's an illusionary spell, that is logic plus... So intuition plus logic.
Ooh, so is that what I do?
Everybody would make a intuition plus logic and to resist the spell. So it's actually not extra successes. And make a single spellcasting test used hit scored as a threshold for anyone who resists at a later point.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes out of
Okay.
8 dice.
What, Max, was it logic and willpower you said?
Intuition and logic. Did I say intuition and logic? Yes, sir. I said intuition and logic.
Intuition.
I got 5 successes on that one.
Okay, so, and your perception was a 4? All right, and did you want to try to perceive? Because you knew Alan was coming up, so
Yeah.
we're just going to... So you made how many successes?
I made 6 out of 8.
6 out of 8. So although you did a force rating 4 spell, you guys resist the illusion of the effect of it. I'm not worried about Nick. And you're both aware that Alan has come up and is harboring in the hallway that leads into the room by the balcony. At least, if you're not aware that it's Alan, you know that somebody is there. Sunny, of course, knowing she called him Alan. Blah, blah, blah. So you're not alone.
So, knowing that someone is coming up there, I will just close the sliding door that goes out into the balcony behind us.
Okay.
He's really not that interested.
No, it's fine. See, no one's
Yeah.
assuming that Alan's coming up for a nefarious reason. So he closes the door. That doesn't mean you can't perceive, read lips, and stuff like that. It just means you don't have a direct line of sight. And if he talks with his head away from you, whatever. So, John, you have stuff to say.
So
Yeah,
she...
so,
Okay.
out of character. How long ago was it that Jess's grandmother came to see him? Was it like a week or less ago?
We are changing the dynamic of it. It's actually not her grandmother. Mrs. Van Zant's mother came to see you. We're changing it from being Jessica's grandmother to her mom.
Yes, the mother-in-law.
Right, mother-in-law. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was like a week ago, maybe.
You're probably now borderline 2 weeks ago.
Okay. All right. So, all right, back in here. Lucky, Sonny. I didn't tell you this before, but I got a visit about 2 weeks ago from Jess's mom and some cronies. They found me at their beer garden, and they definitely want Lucky dead, and they wanted me to do it.
"42 successes!"
Oh my god, did man explode?
Yes.
No, it's the meaning of life. You're fine.
Everything's good.
I missed it. Let's try this again. Actually, I had 1, 2, 3. He only got 3.
4.
4. Oh, yeah, 4. Okay. You know, when you're talking, you can see his expression change from she approached me, some goony, and you know, you would come to an end. You can definitely see he's looking up and down, and mentally you know that Alan's behind you. Alan carries guns. Lucky's in front of you. His hands kind of are like twitchy, but he's just like, he sits there and says, and then what happened?
Oh God.
Well, okay, so I want to note that I am absolutely not holding this assault rifle in any certain position.
Okay, good, because if you hadn't described anything else, I assumed you're sitting there like this. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, it's it's down in the I'm totally cool and relaxed position.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But we all know how fast you move, so that's not really a relaxed position for either of us right now.
That's fair. All right. So, well, at the time, the correct answer seemed to be yes. But I don't believe that that's in my best interests, and obviously not yours. I don't have any loyalty to them, but I've run for Sonny. I've run with Sonny. You know, I've saved your life. I don't really feel like killing you. There's no, don't get me wrong, there's no benefit there. But there is benefit to working with you in the future.
Give me 1 second. So what you're saying is you like me.
Ooh,
You're growing on me.
like a rash.
Hey! And he reaches out and just hugs you. You know, the whole shoulder pat hug thing. I like this guy. He shakes him a whole bunch. He's already on our team. He doesn't even know it. Turned already against that fraggin' Drackhead.
Friggin' Slitch, I believe.
Fraggin' Slitch. Slitch. That's the term he would use. Fraggin' Slitch. Alright, so he looks at you and goes, so she, like, had guys bust up your chops?
I don't get to say anything, you just keep talking.
What? This is... I'm sorry, Doc. Do you got something to add into this?
Well, I mean, I would have, but not anymore.
Hey, that's just the way
Well,
things are.
well, you know, how about, like, when did she talk to you? How many people were with her?
Yeah, that's
what
good
kinds
stuff.
of things was she saying that she was going to do if you failed? These are important questions, Nick.
Well, you know, most of the time when I
Why did you decide to turn off of whatever this woman is saying you? Why?
Oh, Yeah, that's actually a good
Yeah,
question.
you know, questions, Nick. You don't just go hug somebody that says that they were going to try to kill you. That's not how real life works.
Actually, I kind of do. And if not, I just shoot him.
I'll try to get your questions in order. When she came, it was almost 2 weeks ago. How many people? I think it was 3 and her. I'm pretty sure that one of them had a shotgun, and that I might have got either hit with it or it pointed at me during the questioning. Not questioning, but conversation. And I'll do the air quotes. And let's see. What did she say? She said if she found out that I knew he was in town and I didn't kill him, then she would have me killed. And was there anything before the why did I decide not to?
No, I think that covered it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I do kill him, what's to stop her from having me killed anyways? Loose ends. She's not gonna pay me to kill him. She's just gonna kill me. And you know, I kind of like being alive and working.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I want to do I think it would be a psychology.
Logic plus psychology.
Yeah.
You've worked with him a couple of times, so what's you're trying to do this for?
Kind of to figure out if everything is legit with what he's saying, perhaps.
Okay, go for it.
I can buy 3 successes, so I'm just gonna do that.
Okay. It pretty much seems the way out. If she had approached him, she seems pretty thorough. I mean, by some of the ways that you've heard over the years of how she acts. Does it weigh up to what Miss Van Zandt has done in the past? Kind of. Well, she's never been this forwardly physical about taking care of business.
Mm-hmm.
But things have recently changed.
Right.
Especially with the seizing of...
and it has absolutely nothing with that shiny new toy that he has by his side right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's motivated by the fact he just got a really cool bonus.
I mean, you know, and I think that actually Sonya would say that too. She'd be like, so, none of this change of heart has anything to do with that nice shiny side piece you got?
I'm not going to say none of it, but it's a small part.
So, because she was offering you nothing, and I offered you something, I outbid her in the whole deal.
Yeah.
You
Just promised to take me on the Fort Knox runs, or Fort Hood, whichever one it was.
Fort Knox is on the other side of the country.
And
I'm sure what it was.
Fort Hood isn't on this side of the country either. You're talking about Fort Lewis down south.
Right, sorry, I'm not around here.
Yeah, no, I can tell by the accent.
All right. So did I notice Alan coming up? Well, Alan's not here right now, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back inside. You guys can hash out whatever you need to do.
All right, well, when Sun, I'm going to put my hand out for Lucky. Tell him it's not all about the money. You know.
So he'll take your hand. He'll take your hand. He'll shake it, and he'll pat you on the shoulder, you know, very Jim Rat bro like, and sit there and say, "Yeah, no, I mean, I understand. She can be very manipulative, And I appreciate everything you've said. It brings to light a lot of interesting thoughts about who else she has contacted and maybe how she manipulated Lino to actually cough up the information. So when she was there, and this is where your conversation with him digresses, he's going to start asking questions about the 3 goons that she was with her. Because previously he had said, I want to know what happened to my boys. Why did they disappear? So now he's going to start asking you about the goons and the shotgun and the people that was with her to try to get an idea who is working with her to kind of gauge the opposition. So while that's happening, and we hopefully will be getting Robin back now.
Perfect timing.
Welcome back, Robin.
Okay, thank you.
So we are now cutting from that scene on the balcony. Sunny is now walking in, pushing the door behind her, closed.
Yes. She, as an afterthought, she thinks probably should have taken the guns from them both. Oh well.
It'll be
Parsons, just the man I needed to see.
Yes.
I need your eyes, your magical eyes, so to speak. I don't really understand how it works, but I need you to figure out what's going on with that lipstick over there.
Okay,
Maybe there's some, hazy whatever thingies, magic stuff. I don't know. That's pretty much how she describes it, too, because nobody's given her any formal education on what anything is called. So...
Okay, so I'm going to do an edge sensing roll, and then I'm going to do a straight perception roll.
Okay.
Okay, 4 successes on the edge sensing roll. Four successes on the perception roll.
What you see when you ascend is a lipstick case that has the most faintest magical aura still attached to it. It's wisping away as you begin looking at it. This aura is just scattered about the area. We're going to talk about magic here for a second. You were just using your stealth manipulation spell. Stealth illusion spell.
Mm-hmm.
Illusion spells leave auras on the things that they affect. So, if I cast a physical mask on myself, it does not leave my aura on me, a physical mask. I physically change, but it leaves my aura signature fingerprint on the people who observe me and the things that observe me. So if someone looks at me while I am physically masked, the spell's objective is to try to disguise that. Follow me?
Yep.
When you are physically masked, as well as under the effects of illusion, anything you physically touch will also be affected, but only in the slightest event. If it is a physically changing spell, then it would affect the physical world that is directly in contact with it. So, kind of pin it down because your character has a decent amount of knowledge about... You have magical theory, right?
Yes, and in fact, he has quite a bit of... He has 4 in magical theory.
So you could pull off at least 1 success.
Yes.
When you do an illusion spell, the amount of influence that's on the physical objects that are affected by the illusion spell are minuscule. But to the people who observe the illusion spell, the astral signature is much larger.
So, my theory would be that someone using some form of illusion spell brought this in.
Someone using an illusion spell touched it.
Yes, touched it. Okay?
Right. So
Yeah.
the only way for you to get a good signature on what that illusion spell was and who cast it is to find someone who observed that illusion spell. So now is the part where you make me a magical theory roll, because I've gone above and beyond what you can do with buying 1 or 2 successes.
Yep, so logic plus magical theory.
Yes.
Okay.
1
Only one
success.
success.
Ah.
All right, well, then I've given you all the necessary information that you can attain at this point in time, but I will repeat once again, this is, by whoever, the stronger signature is going to be on whoever observed the illusion.
Of course, if it was a physical spell, are there any cameras in the area?
Oh yeah, there's cameras in the area.
They observe. Could I go sense a camera?
Yes,
See
you
if-
can.
Yes. So that's what I am going to do.
Looking at the actual cameras in the room, you can see the same illusionary signature, but it's much more vibrant. The spell itself is probably about a force rating 8. Somebody made a big effort. Maybe it's even greater than that, but it's faded down some, and so you're kind of getting the edges of it. With 4 successes, you've got a really good idea of the magical signature of the spellcaster. It's not anyone you've seen, but someone did cast an invisibility spell on someone or something, or themselves, and then come into this room because it has affected that camera.
Someone put this wearing an invisibility spell.
So someone came into the room with an
And
invisibility spell.
I'm relaying to Sunny that someone came in and cast wearing an invisibility spell. I will not go into all the details, but it was strong, very strong.
Okay. Now you wanted to do a perception check, and did you already roll that?
Yeah, she got 4 successes.
Yes.
4 successes. Walking over to the lipstick, you stare at it for a minute or two. You look at the carpet. Carpet's too fresh to get any good details with. You look at the distance that it was in, but of course you know that you don't know if anybody's touched it. And then you pick it up, so you don't know the distance in, so you can't kind of judge like arm length and stuff like this, what your investigative mind is doing. But you pick it up, you kind of stare at it for a minute, and you look at the size of the lips that went across that lipstick, and you can make the judgment that it was a thin-lipped woman that put this lipstick on. That's about all you can tell by just lipstick. You look for fingerprints, you don't see any. Not on the lipstick, anyways.
And the last woman to wear this was a thin-lipped woman. That's all I can say.
Huh.
Given what we got here.
Okay. So somebody made themselves invisible and put on some lipstick and then left it?
That's what I can tell.
That's weird. That's very... Nope. Do I know? I know what Jessica looks like.
Yes, you remember we've already discussed
Yep.
you and her had a face-to-face conversation at one point, but you've never met Brenda, her mom.
No.
There might be
Jessica
might be a picture around here somewhere.
I mean, but Jessica, she had thinner lips. They weren't like super full.
No, yeah,
So it could be Jessica, but she's dead.
but she's dead.
So it could be her mom.
Yeah.
Because, genetics. But why? That's all I got.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So you guys are doing a little bit of investigative work downstairs in the car. What is Gears up to?
Gears is just playing on his cell phone.
Okay. Did you want to take care of any personal things? Because I know that your character's really out of the loop in this and not involved in the investigation going on in the house, and I don't want to leave you out of this portion of the game, so I just wanted to see if you wanted to jump in and do anything.
You could wander around the yard and stuff.
Am I still like everyone's ride?
At this point, yes, and you also have a spy drone running around the place.
Yeah, the whole time I want to have been spying on them with my spy fly.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
All right. Well, you've witnessed Zoe stealing things. You've
I
witnessed...
saw her stealing things.
Oh, yeah, probably so.
I didn't know she was like that. I'll have to keep my eye on her.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you witnessed Lucky opening up his gun room.
Okay.
And you have no idea what now Sonny and Alan are doing as they're now standing talking about that stick of lipstick they found.
Right. Do I have audio on that spy fly?
Yeah, probably so. Yeah.
I'm gonna get close enough to hear them.
Sure, no problem. Probably got like a tiny shotgun microphone on it that it can be directional. So what?
That's it. Just being nosy.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right. Well, you're more than aware that the fly spy is zipping around the room
Yeah.
at this point.
It's like,
I mean,
How does she know?
well, because it's a fly, and I've seen it before.
It looks like any other fly, though.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah. As far as I know, I don't know.
I honestly believe they're small enough to disguise themselves. So, so you're saying you're getting your fly spy to maneuver around without being seen, just practicing your stealth
being
skills?
stealth. So
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you want to roll, or you can buy, whichever one you want.
I'm gonna roll. I mean, what do I roll for? Agility and sneaking, and that's it?
No, it would be... Are you making it sneak, or are you controlling it, or are you telling it to do it itself?
I'm telling it to do itself. I'm not sending to it now.
So I believe it is a pilot plus stealth.
Okay, and that's it. No, like, agility or anything?
No, it's the drone's piloting skill plus its stealth skill, whatever you've loaded up into it, with its sensors being its limit.
Drone stealth? Oh, I don't know what that is.
Drone stealth is a program you would be running on your RCC.
But how many points did that give it?
Whatever the skill level is. It's an autosoft that would have a rank into it that you have purchased.
No, I haven't purchased that.
So it's just its drone's piloting skill then.
Okay, so just 5.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's your sneaking and agility if you've slid in there and you're manipulating it directly.
One success.
Okay, well, you can be the fly on the wall. Unfortunately, you picked the only wide open spaced wall, so you got to work on those skills.
Yeah.
The drone really is it's trying. Got to give it a little credit.
I'm helping.
Okay, yeah, that's all right. So at this point, I think we should say that Odysseus and Lucky will be coming back in by now. Lucky, by your descriptions that you've given him, are able to attain a few names that he thinks he knows who has started working for her. And, yeah, he'll keep that in mind moving forward, just in case he doesn't get a chance to give them any retribution for turning against him. So you guys come walking back in, and What do you guys as a whole want to do with the information you've gained?
Well, I think that Sunny would share with Nick that there is somebody who is intentionally sneaking around and using magic to remain out of view of the cameras. And they were the ones that probably left this lipstick. We'd probably have to look at the feed to see more. So we can get Zoe to pull the feed and she can go through it at her convenience. Because it's late.
He sits there and says, no, it's not late. It's like, what, 1, 2? We still got time.
It's like almost 4 in the morning.
He stops. He pulls his comlink out. Yeah, that's still early.
I've been up since 7.
By the way, Zoe, since the I Spy is in here, if Jay has done so or you're still linked into that part of the system, you're very aware of the conversation going on. Even though you're down there raiding the fridge and other doodads laying about.
I'm stealing the Roomba.
I'm sure she's past that now. Now she's collecting the fancy food dishes for the cat.
Ooh. Nice.
Okay. Nick sits there and goes, Odysseus, you tired yet?
I mean, I could go a little longer.
I can chime up through the comms. Anybody want coffee? I can make us coffee.
Who the hell drinks that shit?
How about a sandwich?
What kind of sandwich? I'll make you one.
Are you going to put
What
your foot
about
down and be like,
everything?
no?
Yeah, no. Nick, I don't think you understand. You are not my only client here. I can't be gallivanting around when I have appointments tomorrow in like 5 hours. This is not gonna work. My life does not revolve around you.
You guys can actually see it looks like he is physically hurt by that statement. Doc, we've got stuff we gotta do.
Yeah, and I've got other patients. If you want to convince, these people to go gallivanting around with no sleep, hey, that's on them. But I can't do it. I've got things to do.
What about you, Alan? You want to hang out and do some more stuff? Maybe get some action, go shoot some people?
I am working on 4 hours of sleep in the last 24 hours. I have been beat up by a orcish woman. No, not now.
Whatever.
Does he recognize him yet?
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot to do that.
Is there some kind of a role that I could do to say yes or no if I'm functional right now?
Are you functional?
After 24 hours of being up without a planned 8-hour rest period of time, you start making body and willpower rolls, and as they go along, it gets harder and harder and harder and harder. Unless you have insomnia, which you never have to roll, you just start taking in negatives and negatives and negatives and negatives.
Okay.
No, you only take negatives whenever you take stun damage.
Stun damage, right?
Then it's double the stun damage.
Yeah. So,
Well, then I guess in reality, I can go like another 4 or 5 hours before I have to worry about it.
okay.
Yeah.
No, he not with, I'm aiming for 3 successes on his memory check, and he failed. So,
Okay.
yeah, he still hasn't recognized Alan yet.
Okay, awesome. Look, Nick. We don't need to go gallivanting around right now. What we need to do is to get Zoe the feed for these videos so we can see who's been coming in and who's been coming out of your house. That's gonna take her time to get through. We all need, if you want us to go get this Lino guy,
Yeah, Lino.
we gotta be fresh. We can't just go in half zombied.
You can see like a disgruntled teenager. He starts rolling his eyes. He kind of like spins a minute, comes back around. Well, at least let me take your driving guy and go by Lino's place and check it out.
That's on him. If he says yeah.
Hang on. Let me. What's his number? I'll call him. Because he's not in the room right now. He has no idea about the spy bot. You know.
I'll chime in over the comms. He's already linked in.
Have you been listening to everything?
Yeah, why?
You're such a narc.
Holy crap! How do you people live like this? Never mind. It doesn't matter. Hey, drivey guy.
Yeah.
You want to go take a ride up to Everton? I got this guy's house I want to go take a look at.
How much?
How much? Probably about 40-minute drive up I-5. It should be...
How much are you going to pay me?
Oh! I mean, we just got that money out of the warehouse rooms.
So nothing.
You want a gun? I got plenty of guns. How about like 200 for a drive? He can't see you, so shaking your head no doesn't do it.
If it's just a drive, yes. If it becomes more complicated, 500.
Tell you what, let's go ahead and I'll put it on a $500 deposit just in case, and you can keep it if we don't. You know what I'm saying? That's a good idea, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, great. Hey, Odie boy, you want to go with in case we have to shoot at stuff? 500 to you too.
You can keep the 500 as long as you never call me Odie Boys ever again.
That my facial features are not his. He's like, yeah, I can do that. All right. So he looks at you at this point in time and says, okay, Doc, we're going to go up to Everton. We're going to drive around Lino's place, check it out, see what's going on, and then that's it. I'm going to have your guy here drop me off, and I'll chill out and do... Where am I going? Can I crash at your place again? You know what? No. You know what? I'm gonna go get me a hotel room.
I mean, that's where he was staying at her place, so I would assume that's where he would have gone back to.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have a key to your place.
Oh, yeah.
So how would he get in? Because he's probably not going to come back till like 9 o'clock in the morning, and you're going to be at work. And that's the last thing you want in your office is Nick crashed out on your couch.
You can crash on my couch, Lucky.
Oh, sorry.
That sounds like a great idea. I got a place to stay. All right. So Doc's going to go do jobby stuff. Scary lady with the telephone is going to go do computery stuff. You're going to go take a nap. And me and the...
Oh, she's stealing your Roomba.
What?
I turn off the comms to the van.
What? She's still in my what? What's a rumba?
You can't hear him anymore.
Are you trying to cut the feed before he gets it out?
Yes.
All right, make a computer plus logic roll.
I'm gonna tattle on everything.
4 successes. Three successes. You failed. It gets out. And Nick's like, she's taking my what?
Too late.
I don't... Your Roomba.
You can see that the feed gets cut right after you say that. You're very aware that you're no longer communicating with everyone else.
That's fine. I wasn't really gonna...
You're rude.
What did he say? Anyways, so you guys are going to disperse. Everybody's going to actually head back to the van.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Go around the room real quick. Go.
Would the house phone be attached to the security system so I could download the files that they wanted, like the actual feed from the house?
Yeah. Most likely.
Okay.
You don't know. Depends on the company. And that requires you stopping and doing some research and stuff like that. If you want to do that like right now, that's cool. If not, You can wait on it, take the phone with you whenever you want. It depends. I mean, like, if the company downloads it to a local device, then yeah. If the company doesn't, then it's off-site.
Okay. I'll do research on that, seeing if I need to, like, what I would need to do.
I mean, we could also
Like,
pull
while
the
they're...
cameras.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, aren't there the cameras that are actually in the bedroom? Like, we could... I'm pretty sure they don't send that off-site. I'm pretty sure that's somewhere in-house, because that's their porn camera.
Well, you did tell me, like, the last session, it was a closed circuit. Like, CCTV, so that all should be on site.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Nick would know where that is.
Yeah.
So, you want to find that out now? So, Nick will tell you that while people are here, it is downloaded to the computer downstairs, and then after a period of time, that is shuttled over to the company that he pays to watch this crap.
Okay. I mean, then I
Even-
guess I'll...
Even your bedroom cameras?
Oh, hell no. No, that stuff is, that, yeah. that stuff is turned off when I'm here. When I'm here, no, it's only the outside cameras. That sick bastard, you watch me get naked.
Right. Okay, I'll head to the computer.
Alrighty then. I'm just going to fast forward through a bunch of dice rolls. You're going to get into the computer and the system. And about 3 months ago, someone came in and changed it from a local-based system to the system is transferring all data, including immediate feeds. So there's
Like
nothing,
off-site?
there's nothing, yeah, all off-site now. Somebody changed it about 2 or 3 months back. You got a date stamp that tells you this, but you don't have access to let you know other than this was changed by the provider 2 to 3 months ago, we'll say 2 months ago.
Okay.
You do know that the provider's name is Aegis Safeguard Securities.
Aegis or Aegis?
Aegis.
Just wondering.
Aegis Safeguard Securities. They're the current company that is providing the security camera footage of this house.
Nice. So, is it recording and transmitting right now?
Yes.
No, I should have taken no, because whenever we came up, I turned off all the cameras.
Well, you turn off all the you turn off the security stuff.
Yeah, she
Right.
already logged in, took over, and dropped fake feed in. She right now her
Yeah.
deck is feeding in fake
Okay,
feed,
okay.
so they haven't
Yeah.
seen any of this.
Got it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
she took care of
they
that when
don't-
you. She's a professional.
I'm just,
Okay.
I didn't know if they would do the same thing for like all the cameras or just the ones that were specifically for security. So there was that.
Yeah, I took over the house whenever we first got here. That was like number one.
Rule number 1: take
Yeah.
over.
Security
Yeah.
cameras, the pressure plates, the door sensors, all of those were turned to say the same thing repetitively for the period of time you guys are here. I'm sure she's going to undo that when you guys leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna see the Roomba's missing.
Yep, because it's going to be like, hey, that thing hasn't come out and started cleaning.
Oh, and he's gonna eat the half-eaten cheese plate.
Yeah, it's true.
That Pollock.
Pollock's just eating, dining
We'll just
bitch.
we'll just throw it all into the trash.
Yeah, everything's going to kick back on and the garbage can's going to be full.
Yeah. Fine. We'll set it all on fire.
All right. So did you want to try to tackle Aegis now on the ride home, or what did you want to do?
We'll do it on the ride home. It'll just be easier.
Alrighty then, just want to talk to you about it. Aegis Security is some easily known. The corporation is got strong ties to Gavilan Ventures.
Gavilan.
Gavilan Ventures. It's a banking institute. And they have ties to Kagami Strategic, which is a security corporation. So that's immediately the first thing that you're going to be able to pull off the internet about this security company.
Okay.
They are located, they have an office in Seattle, so most likely the information is brought there. And that office is located in Tacoma. You're a few kilometers away from it. So you're probably going to look about an extra 5 dice to be operating from a distance. The host rating is a 5, which means most of the dice it's going to be thrown around are 10 and above. And you're going to be running around with a -5 to work with.
Well, we can get closer. That's not a problem.
Well, no, you have to figure that one out because Jay's going north and Tacoma's to the south.
Yeah, not today.
Maybe I'll get on it tomorrow.
All right, so you don't want to do it on the ride home.
Right, okay.
On the ride home is Google search. And then you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
I'll prep. I can prep.
Prep.
on
Okay,
the
then make
ride.
to prep. Go ahead and make a matrix perception check for Aegis Safeguard Securities, and see what you can find out. Do not give yourself the -5 for the matrix perception, because you're not actually going after them. You're just looking around for stuff.
Or successful.
You find out that Gavilan Ventures, it was a massive owner of Knight Errant back in the day. They're a huge banking institution. Their numbers, financial power is in the trillions. That's just to start off with. Kagami Strategic is a security corporation from Japan, and their numbers, their financial power is in the billions. And Aegis Safeguard Security is like their love child. It is a startup kind of fund that both of them just dropped a few billion into to see if they can make it happen, and they provide security, in-home security, as well as some corporate security for local Seattle, Denver, UCAS. You're noticing that Aegis Safeguard Security is primarily UCAS. It is a corporation run by several corporate individuals, one president, vice president, and run by shareholders. The strongest shareholder is Kagami Strategic, and Gavilan has sold off almost down to 2%, and there's a wide variety. So Tacoma is currently controlled by Kagami, if I remember correctly. Let me check my notes.
I have a thought.
Go for
I'm
it.
going to tell you first.
Yeah, that actually sounds like a rather important question to ask.
Okay.
Tacoma is currently being run by Kagami Securities. That's the one section that isn't Knight Errant or Lone Star, so it only makes sense that's where they're at, since one of their parent companies are in that area. It is known, or is at least spoke of, that they have security spiders that are on call, not on duty, and they have a very massive IT department that is always on staff to stand by and deal with whatever issues happen to come up. But they do have IT spiders. With 4 successes, though, you find out that they have an IT spider that has a reputation for using link lock on someone in their host in the Matrix trying to flee, or hunting the person down and link locking them at their house and waiting to dump a black ice into their own the startup location. His name is Daryl the Hunter, and so he's got a little bit of a reputation. Because you made 4 successes, Daryl works the night shift.
Because, when you're gonna go and do something.
See, he's got the ability go big or go home. Daryl only.
Yay.
So,
Okay. It's during day shift. That's exciting.
are you sharing any of the information you're getting from your Google search, Shara?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, not the stuff about Daryl.
Okay, fair enough. Sunny's going to want to know if Gavilan has any ties to Arcadia.
Why would you want to know that?
Well, because the mother-in-law is also all of his accounts were in Arcadia that were frozen. So.
Oh, then no.
All right, you're gonna have to make another perception matrix test. You can buy like 2 successes to find this information out. You don't actually have to roll.
Oh, okay. Then I can buy 3.
The answer is yes. 23% of Arcadia's shareholder comes from Gavilan.
Then
So
yes,
they have some stock in them. Yeah, not much, but some.
23%. Magic number.
Okay. So we can assume that there's some fingers in the pot for the mother-in-law between these two, and this Aegis safeguard security.
So as players, what do you think that means?
The fingers in the pot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fingers in the
Yeah,
pot.
I like it.
that's the game that me and John were playing.
I think that this means that we are going up against some very well-connected people.
Okay.
Yes, well connected. But it looks like maybe it might be like a puppet master connection, so if you just sever the puppet master, all of the rest of it falls apart.
Anybody have any corporate security skills?
Well, I have matrix security.
I've got corporate security skills.
John, can you buy at least 2 successes?
I have corporate security skills.
Can you buy
What
at least...
I think it would be logic.
Is it logic that goes into corporate security?
Yeah.
Um,
I know Jay can buy that.
then no, I can only buy 1.
I've got 8 points altogether with logic and corporate.
So you can buy 2 successes.
Okay.
So Jay, you would know that if this security company is connected in that way, then it is normal protocol that certain individuals, if they're on the to-call list for shit that happens, yeah, it'll trickle down from Aegis Safeguard Securities that, hey, shit happened at this address and it affects this company in particular. They'll pass that information on like a free flow straight to Miss Van Zant in Arcadia.
Okay, I'll let them know that.
So it just means that, in translation, if you get into Aegis and it can be pinned down that you're doing something with that particular address and you don't clean up your mess behind you, she's going to know what moves you make.
Well, she's gonna know what we looked at.
Yes.
So I would probably need to make it look like somebody was just grabbing as many random files as possible.
You do it however you want.
Ooh, and then you have pay data for later.
Exactly. Sell that shit off. Okay. Sounds good.
All right, so I guess the bus driver is now going to go drive around and drop people off. And then you 3 are going to make a drive up to Everton and go check out Lino's place. Am I
Everton
correct?
or Everett?
Everett. I keep doing that.
Everton is a football club in England.
Everett.
Alan's going to take the time to actually get with Zoe and ask her to upgrade his licenses in Sin. At some point.
Didn't we already do that?
No?
Okay. I don't remember if we did. I know we talked about it a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah. We never got around to doing it.
Do that.
Okay.
Zoe doesn't need to sleep.
Sleep.
I can sleep for a couple hours. Fine.
So he's going to... Well, I don't remember the price we discussed.
I don't think I sent you a price,
Yeah.
but
think it's
I
time
will,
for
and
it.
it won't. How far up are we doing it? What are you at now, and what do you want to be at?
I'm at a 2 and I want to be a 4.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
That's several weeks worth of work.
Yeah,
Oh.
and he's not expecting it immediately. It's just... He really...
2 to a 4? That'll
Yeah.
probably be like 3 straight days.
To normal mortals, it would take weeks worth of work. All right.
I mean, if you don't have to do a job in between.
So, Gears drives around, dropping off Sunny, Alan, and Zamora at their respected locations. It is now maybe 5:30 in the morning by the time you are finally heading toward Everett,
Yeah.
the 3 of you. Nick is wide awake. He's dragging down on long hauls at this point in time, whenever there's a chance to get out of the vehicle and smoke, because, I'm not sure that does Gears mind if people smoke in his van?
In the van, no.
Okay, so
He can
yeah.
smoke. I'd probably smoke with him.
Okay. Does Odysseus smoke long hauls?
No.
Okay.
Odysseus does not smoke.
Alrighty then.
He just stares with a abject frown of disappointment.
That's what keeps him awake.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Judging.
Yeah.
Keeping.
Hold on. He's got to get into character real quick.
The sun's coming up.
After taking mostly in-city roads to get around and a few highway options, you finally get on I-5 and begin heading north. The debris from last night's endeavor of all the gang fights is visible. You drive past a large semi-truck, one of the automated ones that is turned off to one side and no longer on fire. It's burnt now. It's rubble. And there is a series of police drones around it, as well as some sort of assurance adjuster and a small collection of armed guards. There are paramedics, as well as other burnt-out vehicles on the highway. Lots of rubberneckers make the early morning drive difficult, but luckily you are able to finally catch up to one of the scoop trucks, is what they've been so referred to as, and it's a very powerful, high-speed forklift truck that drives up, scoops up the trash, immediately dumping it onto a flatbed truck driving alongside of it so that it can clear the road and the early morning traffic can start back up.
I was actually thinking about, man, I wonder if they employ, what are they called? The snow plows, so you just, shove everything off to the side and let somebody else deal with it later,
That doesn't sound like a half-bad idea. Like a snowplow-like truck that will just drive toward the makeshift barricades that the gangers have built. It doesn't happen a lot, so probably between the downtown drop-off for Sunny, the Bellevue drop-off for Sunny, and getting on I-5 and heading north, you probably went through about 3 barricades, and near farther toward Everett, you catch up to the snowplow-like truck that's just slamming into them and pushing them out of the way.
Yeah.
News helicopters are flying over, giving a early morning, "Hey commuters, welcome to another wonderful day in Seattle. If you're going up the I-5 North, you can go ahead and move over to the far left-hand lane because there's a plow truck. Go ahead, push all the rubble out of the way from last night's adventures by the gangers. Lone Star has been on scene trying to deal with all these rabble-rouses, blah, blah, blah." And, that's kind of like the early morning radio that you can hear blaring out unless you listen to music. Pulling into Everett, the sun is just now coming up. So you were there when the sun came up. Now you've gone there till the sun's gone down. Now it's coming back up. So you guys have been at it for a while. You get off I-5. You begin driving through some of the suburb streets into some nice-looking neighborhoods, single-floor, suburban homes, semi-well-maintained lawns. Some of them grayed or patched marked. This was in January, right? We're still in January time.
Technically speaking, yes.
So as you begin driving around through the different suburbs and he's giving you some instructions, he wants you to stop probably about a block away from the house in question. And you do. It's a nice 2-story house. The second floor looks like it might just be like a single bedroom. There are 3 cars out front. They're nice cars too. The house has a picket fence around the front half and an actual privacy fence going on the back half. The neighborhood doesn't look that low class, probably upper middle class kind of individuals living around here. The driveway looks like it holds 4 cars, but 1 car is currently missing. And as he pulls up, Lucky has already been started talking about Lino. Lino's a young man. He had everything going well for him. I don't know why he would make this kind of mistake. He must have been coerced by her. She's a terrible person. She would do this kind of stuff, convince people to do terrible things. He should be the kind of stay-at-home guy. He stays out late at night, so he's probably just now getting back in from partying and stuff like that. He asks if your van or either of y'all can see like heat and stuff like that.
I have goggles. I don't know if they would. Can I switch them to their image goggles? I don't know if I could switch them to heat mode.
A thermographic mode would be something you would have to have purchased when you got the goggles.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
So no, you can't detect heat.
Yeah, neither can I.
The good news is your vehicle can kind of detect heat, Jay. The piloting program has a sensor program which you can use to kind of get into your system and mess with it to get a slight infrared. It's not very accurate. It's really kind of like an 8-bit or 16-bit heat scan.
Okay, I'll tell him that, and then I'll go into the system and see what I can see.
You'll be making logic perception, and your limit is the sensors on your vehicle.
Logic is 6. I don't have perception.
So you default on it?
Yeah. And
Can
the
you use
sensors
his
on my vehicle.
jury rig to improve his sensors at all? No? Okay.
I don't know what my limit on a vehicle would be.
Sensor. You should have a sensor stat. It's between pilot and the number of seats a vehicle will have.
It's a Savannah something is the name of the vehicle. Oh. No, that's not it.
So you should have handle, speed, acceleration, body, armor, pilot, sensor. That's the order of your stats.
I don't know, because this was a weird vehicle that you gave me. It wasn't something that was in the book that I thought.
No, it's not in the book, but I remember giving you the stats.
You probably did. That's what I wrote down.
It should be about a 2.
Okay, so the limits are 2 then.
That's correct.
So what's when you say by perception's default? That means 0.
Yeah, that means you go based upon your stat. You -1. So if your logic is 6, you're actually rolling 5 dice.
I got 1 success.
1 success. All right, so you get the thermographic image as best as you can, and he asks you to check out which vehicle looks like it's warm. And yes, one of the vehicles does have a little bit of heat coming off it, showing that it was used. And it's an Escort, a Ford Escort, sitting near the curb.
I'll point out the car to him.
He's like, "All right, good. That we can kind of go on the notion that might have been Lino coming in late. That's good." John, can you go ahead and make a perception as well? Five successes. You're looking around the area. It's pretty suburb. You're paying attention to whatever's going on, and you can, with 5 successes, which is an incredible amount, you can see that.
You can see through the walls of the house.
I'm trying to think of the words I want to use to describe this. Yes, that would be the best way to say it. You can see that there is a security camera, which is not unusual. Security cameras pointing at streets and stuff like that. But there's a security camera up on one of the nearby telephone poles pointing toward Mr. Lino's house. I mean, it's, a security camera, not a big deal. But you were in the van while everybody else was there. And it says the initials, what do they call it when you abbreviate the name of a company?
Acronym.
The acronym. The acronym on the side of the camera is for Aegis Safeguard Securities.
Ass.
Yep.
And in your mind, your training clicks in and tells you, hey, look at that shit.
Ass.
No, Aegis
Okay.
Safeguard Securities.
Can I take down his address as well so that I can pass the information to Zoe and have her pull the security footage?
Of course, of course.
Not excited.
Would you be asleep at 5 o'clock?
Well, if I got home, I would probably feed my cat, browse the internet for a little bit, look at weird ass pictures,
So
and then try to go to sleep.
Okay. So yeah, as you're sitting there, you're seeing that, your mind's like, well, that's strange. You begin looking around the other CCTV cameras that are around the area, looking at local cameras, looking at people's yards, because everybody posts and advertise what kind of people they're protecting. You see Ares Security Corp over there. You see a Knight Errant subsidiary over there. But you don't notice very many ass cameras about. Just this one. You also realize, based upon your security training, that the camera itself isn't wired into any other system. It's wireless. It's here, and it looks like it was attached to the pole via just like some clamps and some screws. Not like it was actually, part of the pole when it was erected. It's like somebody just slapped this sucker on there.
Okay. So, I'm assuming that this was put there to watch Lino, not by Lino to be watched.
Sure.
I mean, that's what I'm assuming.
That sounds like a really good assumption at this point.
I'm also thinking that it might not be safe to approach the house unless we wanted to see him doing it.
Are you letting anyone else know this?
I'll point the camera out to Lucky and Gears and let them know. I don't think we should go near the house as long as that camera's pointing to it. Unless Gears can break into the video system like Zoe does and put it on a loop.
Anyone got a silencer on their guns?
Lucky sits there and says, I never waste my time with that stuff.
Yeah, I do, but I think the feed going dark will alert somebody.
So we'll be out of here before. All we needed to do is go black for like 5 minutes, right?
He sits there and says, yeah, but I want more than 5 minutes to, we got to get in there and get him. We don't know what kind of problems we might come across. If that makes any sense? And if they're watching him this hard, what we should do is wait till he gets out and about, track his ass down, make sure he's alone, toss him into a van, and drive off with him. It's pretty easy. I've done it a couple of times. And we got a van. To who?
To the same guy?
No, not Lino. We were on good terms.
Yeah, I'll pull over somewhere where we're non-conspicuous, and we'll stake him out.
Okay. Well, it's during the time in which Lino's in the house. So now you got to figure out a time in which Lino's out and about. So it means Lucky wants to sit right here out of view of the camera and wait for Lino to leave the house.
Right.
For as many hours as it's going to take.
Okay, I'm going to take a nap. You
Okay.
can wake me up.
Oh man, I was also hoping to take a nap.
You guys should have brought steak up.
Well, yeah, we can all take a nap except for him. He'll wake us up.
Yeah, so I'll tell Lucky to wake me up. He starts falling asleep.
Okay.
We can trade off watches.
So, Zoe, you will get a text message at some point in time that says 4667 Dale Avenue.
I'll type back, who is this? How'd you get this number? And then also, just kidding. And it was this.
Bob.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll also tell her wireless Aegis camera. We need the last 12 hours of video from it.
Sure.
You can do it.
And you guys are just racking up a bill.
Do you message me that?
Yes.
I'll say put it on Lucky's tab.
Do you tell Lucky you're putting this on his tab?
Yeah. Because if I'm eventually going to hit this place, like, I'm going to have to be really smart about how much information I take from each place, or be really careful and slow about the process of getting into it. That'll be fun. That'll be good. This wasn't quoted in the price earlier.
Okay.
I don't believe there was any price quoted at all.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
There wasn't. You're doing this all for free. You're such a good person. All right. Maybe about 2 hours or so pass before Lucky sits there and goes, "Hey, Giz, wake up." And this, of course, wakes you up too, Odysseus. He sits there and goes, yeah, sun's up. My eyes hurt. I need some breakfast. And I'm tired of this shit.
A 2 hours takeout.
Yeah, dude, you feel amazingly refreshed after 2 hours of sleeping. Both you do. He, on the other hand, looks like warm shit.
I mean,
I'll ask him if he wants to take a nap while we watch.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take a nap. Somebody go get some food.
You gonna walk?
He's
You
gonna...
can have... What do you deliver it to the van?
Yeah, I was thinking, can I get like delivered to the van?
Yeah, that shit happens. All right, so he's gonna just pop the seat back.
We're on a takeout.
I mean, you know, Sonny wasn't gonna like say anything in front of everybody else, but she was like, "You're getting too old for this shit, Nick. You need your sleep." You know, man.
All right, so he pops the chair back, and pulls his hat down a little bit.
Oh, that's right. He wears a fedora, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So what do you two want to do now that your boss has passed out in the passenger seat? It doesn't even take maybe 5-6 minutes, but he's gone through the entire pack of long hauls, so he should technically be alive for a year or two, but he's already old maned it out.
I'm just resting my eyes.
Yeah, right.
I'll just stay on watch.
Yeah, actually, I'll suggest to Gears if he wants to have some. What was that? Taco Hut delivered. I could really do a chalupa libre or whatever it was called.
Taco Del Far. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Delivered to your stakeout vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's gonna pay attention, right?
Sure.
It's just
Dude,
suburbia.
why is that pizza in the delivery van like right next to that other van, just handing out pizzas?
No, I got an idea. Can I get my drone that's the flying one on top of my car to get up and go get the food for us?
Yeah, maybe if you go through a stop and go.
Taco Temple.
Taco Temple was a suggestion by the audience.
Taco Temple.
Yeah. Fly your assault drone through the drive-through of Taco Temple.
Yeah.
Give me all your tacos.
Here's the credit stick.
Oh my god.
Well, you can pay in advance. So I'm assuming you're going to contact Taco Temple so you can get a Chalupa del Grande.
Chalupa Libre.
Chalupa Libre. And
I don't know what that is, but it's got to be amazing.
It really liberates your bowels.
it's a flour corn tortilla that is deep fried. Then it is a battered chunk of lard that is also deep fried with lettuce and tomato and pickles. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it definitely will mess you up, but in the long run, it's food. It tastes great. All right, so
It's not lard. It's soy.
soy.
Different flavors of soy.
Soy lard.
So you guys are sitting in the van when all of a sudden there's this loud rumbling noise from outside. The van shimmies and shakes a little bit, and all of a sudden a jet fighter takes off into the horizon. Jay, you need to make because it's going a great distance, you need to make I'm trying to remember what it is. It would be a payment to fly your drone. It's only going to cost you about 10 yen. You got to contact the local airport authority, let them know that your drone is flying around. You don't tell them it's armed. You just tell them your drone is flying around, and they tag it to an ID that the drone is supposed to be attached to so that they know it's going to be flying around and they don't shoot it out of the air. But it costs you about 10 yen to fly your drone there to pick up food.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Do you make the weapons detach before it leaves, or do you keep them attached?
I will detach them.
Okay. So what everybody doesn't see are 2 assault rifles sitting on the top of your van with belt feeds attached to them. All right. So, the drone flies off, goes get some Taco Temple food, and comes back probably about a good 30 minutes later. It's nice, hot, fresh food. Bam. And, so now you guys have been on the stakeout for 3 hours. You're eating Taco Temple food. Wrappers are filling up the back of your van. And Lucky has curled up into the front seat and just crashed hard Z's.
I'll set a Chalupa Libre gently next to him so that when he wakes up, he can have it.
Okay. How long do you guys want to stay on this watch?
I don't know, how long can a maintenance man sit in a relatively posh neighborhood before drawing attention?
I've already rolled once.
All day.
10 minutes before.
Yeah, really.
Well, as you're sitting there crumbling up your last, Jay, you sit there and you're watching the house. He's crashed out in the seat. John's character's in the back doing stuff. And a knight-errant police vehicle is now... you guys are on the far side of the street so that you're facing oncoming traffic. The knight-errant police vehicle, you see it turns onto the street, and instead it pulls into oncoming traffic direction and parks like 3 or 4 cars back behind you guys. And it's parking on the side of the street where you guys are parked at.
Oh.
I'm
Yep.
gonna wake Nick up.
Alright, he's got 8. We're going to have subtract because he's tired 2. The long haul's kicked in. He loses another 2. Alright, yeah, you wake him up. Starts adjusting his hat. What's going
I'm
on?
gonna tell him that we got some company behind us.
Alright, looking out the side windows, both directions, you see knight-errant vehicle has come to a stop. The driver's door is popped open, so he's stepping out onto the sidewalk. He has a passenger in the... He's got another police officer in the passenger seat at this point in time. And, you can see him on his radio, his little comlink. The driver has stepped out at this point in time. You can definitely take visible gain that he's unholstering or unlatching his pistol on his side. And the aerial drone detaches from the top of the knight-errant vehicle.
I detached mine from the top of my.
Oh,
no,
wait. Who are they paying attention to?
You have no idea at this point in time.
Oh.
A cop car. I'm just describing a cop car parking on the street corner.
Can I make a perception roll to see if there's anything else that might look suspicious enough for them to be here?
Yes.
Okay.
Jay, would you like to make a perception roll too to see if you notice anything suspicious other than yourself?
Well, are we in front of a house?
Yes.
Okay.
You're not in front of Lino's house, but you are in front of a house.
What do you think Nick's stuff is?
His logic is a 5 and his perception's a 4, so he's got 9 dice to work with.
Okay. Doesn't he have to subtract anything from the
2.
long hauls? Okay, so 7. Let's see if we can. 2 successes.
Okay, yeah, Nick's kind of like looking around. He's trying to figure out what's going on. He's adjusting himself. He sees the queso libra. Did they say it right?
Chalupa Libre or something.
Cheese liberation.
I've so only got 2 successes.
All right, so you're looking around. The cop gets out, and as the aerodrone takes off, the aerodrone starts doing a perimeter fly around. So you guys slightly aware of this. The drone's going to fly around in a big circle for doing something. Most likely looking for someone or something in particular.
What is it? Is it circling my van?
No.
Like, is my van the center of the circle?
No.
No.
That's
Okay.
your first clue that they most likely aren't here for you. The cop gets out, and as he's unlatched his gun, he steps past the door, shuts it, and takes a few steps, walks up the street to the sidewalk that leads up to one of these nice cream-colored houses in suburbia town.
Ooh,
And
it's a meth lab.
And he's walking toward it, and yeah, he's got his little comlink out. He's touching his earpiece. He's just him by himself. His partner hasn't got out at this point in time. Do you guys want to do anything?
Nope.
Nothing?
I'm just gonna ready my my new toy.
Okay.
Nick's gonna dig into the Chalupa Libre.
Hell yeah. Man, this stuff is nasty. I don't know how people can eat
Are there-
this. No.
Are there any other vehicles along the street?
Yes. Between you and the police car, there are 3 other vehicles, one of which is a much older model vehicle that's up on blocks. In front of you, there's a gap as it leads into a dirt road that is a utility line access point. And past the opening in front of you, because you're parked on the curb, there are cars there as well. All the cars are parked to the left-hand side of the road. And the right-hand side of the road has no cars parked to it. It's got the yellow paint on that side.
Is there room for another vehicle?
In front of you, yes, but it would be blocking the utility access road. But behind you, no, there is no room. You're butt up to another car.
Okay.
So cop gets out. He starts walking toward the door. The drone at this point in time, I'm assuming, John, you're paying attention to it because you got 2 perception. The drone at this point in time, it circled the area, and as it's come full circle from where it started to, it then begins staying over the police officer as he starts walking up to the house. The other cop now is getting out of the car. He's yelling at his friend, "Hey, man, wait up, I'm coming." You can definitely tell the first cop is the senior cop. The second cop is the junior cop. The junior cop kind of comes around the car pretty quickly. The senior cop just kind of makes gestures for him to stay over near the car, or, whatever. Walks up, begins banging on the door. A woman answers the door. Let's just do some ethnicities first, okay? The 2 cops are the first cop, the senior cop, is Asian, and the junior cop is Hispanic in appearance, and a African American woman answers the door. The 2 begin exchanging.
Are they all human?
They're all human. All human. Let's just start with that one. They're all human. They start exchanging some words and stuff like that, and then she immediately turns and fingers toward the van.
I want to call my car to come by and start heading towards us.
Okay. All right. So you
As
lean
fast as
over.
it can.
You let her know. All right. You get register on your phone that the car's now driving. The cop sits there and begins talking to her and whatnot, pulls out his little device and starts playing with it. She starts making gestures and whatnot, and she does stuff and makes more finger gestures. He gets some information, turns, sees the vehicle, and are you paying attention? Because he's on the driver's side, John, so you're facing the cop car from where you're at. And so you can see the junior cop through the back window of the van. Jay, if you looked out the driver's window, you would be looking back over your shoulder toward the house and the senior police officer. Are you currently doing that?
So I could see them through my rear view. Not rear view, but the door mirror.
Yes, the driver's side window, mirror.
Yeah, I'll watch him through that.
All right. He begins having conversation with you. Like I say, he converses for a minute or two, and he starts walking back down the sidewalk. Now he seems to be paying attention to the van, and he's talking to the junior cop at this point in time. The junior cop, on the other hand, sees what's going on. John, you see him walk back around the cop car, and he's come to the front of it, and he's taking along the side of the road. So he's in the roadway, walking up along the passenger side of the van, and you see him as he's moving. He goes click and does his little gun thingy, and he starts moving up toward the van.
I'm going to tell them that I got this. Don't worry about it. All right, that's all. Just follow along with me.
All right. After a moment or two, the cop walks up and raps on the window. He doesn't get in view of the window. You can see him in the mirror, so he's like, reach out, tap, tap, tap.
I'll roll the window down and say, "Can I help you, officer?"
Morning to you.
Morning to you.
Yeah, I got a complaint that you've been parked here for a while.
I don't know how long we've been parked here. It's been a little while. I'm just waiting. I got a call to repair this guy's car. I guess it's a high-dollar car. I don't know, who the owner is, but they said that to meet him here, and I need to work on it.
All right, so he looks back at the length of cars behind because it's not any of these.
No, it's not any of these, sir.
John, you can see the kids come up to the back end of the van now. He's playing some sort of stealth spy mission in his own goddamn head and is going to get himself fucking killed because he's actually pulled his gun out. And he's not got the taser out. He's actually got his tiny little pistol 22 in his hand. And he's looking ahead and he's like hiding behind the edge of the van and the gun. But you're in the window like sitting over him looking down. Like he has no idea you're less than 6 inches away from him. Because the van's just that dirty.
Before we go, Nick's charisma is what, an 8?
8.
And then his influence or leadership or
He's a
is
5.
a 5. Okay. he's gonna help back him up when it's necessary,
Okay.
in case
And,
you need it.
What I'm doing is I'm waiting for my other car to show up.
So you're trying to delay the police officer as much as possible.
Yeah,
Well-
so what he's doing is that when the car shows up, that's the car that he was waiting on to work on.
Yes, exactly.
Ah, got it. I understand now.
Alright, let's see if Nick can help at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
All right, Nick is using his leadership plus charisma to give you 6 extra dice plus increase your social limit by 1. You will get to make a charisma plus con roll. That's basically to con the cop into believing your story. If you don't have charisma plus con.
I probably don't have con.
So
but
it's-
then I get 6 extra.
Yes, and so you default on your charisma.
Okay. Three successes.
What's your social limit?
Social limits. Where would I find that?
Next to like your mental limit and physical limit.
Social limit 5.
All right. So you begin explaining to the cop what's going on. He's just like, yeah, no, I understand. The lady said she saw something like an airplane take off the top of this thing and fly away and come back. And she's just really concerned because apparently you're parked in her husband's spot. And she wants to make sure you're gone by the time he shows up.
Oh yeah, I apologize. I didn't realize I was in someone's spot. I do have something that took off from the top of my vehicle. It's just it's part of my delivery service, and I send messages and parts. Well, I have it go out and get parts for me and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty smart. You got one of those drones that go off and get stuff for you. Can I go ahead and see the license for flying that drone around?
Yeah, and I'll show them my license.
All right, what's the ranking on it?
3.
3. Go ahead, roll 3 dice. No, wait, I have to roll versus his. And you're
Yeah.
average, and there are 4, so that's 8. 3. All right, so he sits there and he's just like, yeah, it's just going to take a minute as he points his device at yours, runs the information, starts standing. Yeah, just give me a minute. He starts to walk off. As it's running and whatnot, your car gets you a notice saying that it's about 500 yards distance away and closing.
Okay, have it pull up right next to me.
All right. So, John, as you're watching this kid, the cop, you can see the cop through looking over your shoulder back at Jay's side mirror. You can see what he's doing. He stepped back. He's playing with his phone. He doesn't have his gun out, but the kid with the gun, on the other hand, is paying attention to Lucky, Lucky's now talking to the cop. Yeah, no, man, we were just waiting, And the kid's now slinking up along the side of the van with his gun out by him.
Oh,
Oh, that kid's gonna get himself killed.
Yeah.
Or kill somebody.
Man. Okay. I mean,
I'm
obviously,
gonna say something to the guy. I was like, "What's the deal with the other cop?"
You can't see him because you're facing the cop out this direction. You don't see him sliding along the other side of the van.
Okay.
He's trying to be cool, just in case something happens. He's like second day on the force, or he just believes he's a superhero. Anyways, as you're watching a kid slide along the side of the van, John, you hear what sounds like whining, really loud, and then it's like squeal, like a distant squeal sound. And it gets louder and louder and louder. And then
It doesn't sound like a squeal anymore.
not
at that
anymore. Now
point.
it sounds like a monster. And you can see from where you're sitting at about the back of the van, the hill goes down and then the road, you see the blue car come, but it's not pointing down the road. It's kind of pointing the direction of the road you're currently on as you see it drift around the side and start drifting up the hill before it turns straight and then comes to a slamming stop about a foot ahead of the actual van. The kid jumps. He immediately slams up against the side so you can hear something hit the side of the van as the car comes within like 3 inches of him and comes to a stop. The cop rushes around. He is at this point in time near the front of the van because this is loud and fast as the evil blue car comes to a stop.
Her name is Christine.
Christine. The cop's like, what the hell? You... Well, the guy's they're technically speeding, and he just ran a stop sign, so, I mean, the cop's going to be like, freeze! And he pulls the gun out on the car.
That must be the car right now. And I'll ask the officer, officer, do you mind if I step outside?
He sits there, and at this point in time, you made 3 successes. He is flabbergasted. He doesn't know what the hell's going on, and so he's just going to stand there with his gun out, but not pointed at the blue car anymore, Christine. So, yeah, he doesn't stop you from getting out.
Okay, so I'm going to open the door and I'll be like, yeah, that's my pickup right there. I'm going to go, do you need anything else from me?
He's just like, yeah, whoever's driving this car was driving too fast. This is not, the speed limit around here is 35. You were doing what? And at this point in time, he's kind of like walking toward the car, and he's going to put the gun back. He's like, you were doing what, 70, 80 when you came around that corner?
Well, there's no one driving the car, sir.
He sits there and goes, what is it, one of those remote-controlled cars? Those things are illegal.
Yes. Are they really illegal?
Well, no, they're not necessarily legal. He's trying to bluff at this point in time.
I was like, well, I wasn't the one driving it, but yes, it's a remote control car, and the owner of it had programmed it to head out here to meet me.
What's the owner's name? I need
Jason.
his SIN information.
Jason Priestley, and I'm going to hand him. He's a very wealthy person, and I'll hand him one of my cred sticks. Not cred sticks. One of those things I have.
IDs.
IDs, yeah.
So
not
you're
my ID,
not you're going to give from your ID, the currently one you're running, to give him the Jason Priestley information.
Yes.
Okay. He's going to take the information, Jason Priestley, with the number you just gave him, and he's going to walk around to the backside of the car to run the license plate. Yeah, do you remember what the license plate on that car looks like?
My character does.
Yeah, there is not one.
Oh.
So at this point in time, what do you want to do?
So I'm going to say, yeah, it's the owner just bought it, from what I understand. And as you can see, it has no tag.
He's just
That's
like,
part of the problem.
yeah, he's looking it up and down. He does not look happy.
It's not up to code, so I'm supposed to be getting it up to code.
He sits there and says, "This thing's not up to code."
It's not meeting current
Environmental requirements.
environmental. Yeah, what do they call those? Emissions. It's not up to current emission codes.
He sits there and says, "Well, I don't know. I think this should probably be called in. Hang out here for a minute. I'm going to call this into the station." So he's going to take his comlink and walk away a distance. And the younger cop at this point in time is pulling back pretty quickly.
Nick's gonna be... Yeah, are you back? Are you outside, or are you close to where Nick is?
I'm outside, probably, yeah, close to where Nick is, because I'm in between
Yeah.
the van and the car.
You're like... He's probably just gonna suggest to you just make it drive off. Then it's the car chase, and then we can...
Yeah.
Trying to avoid a car chase with the police.
Well, no, not you. Just Christine.
Oh.
She can handle it.
Well, I want to wait and find out what happens first.
All right, so the cop's going to walk off. He's going to come back, and he's going to hand you a ticket. And he's going to tell you that if this is the car you're going to work on, because it has no license plate, but I can't register that it's not meeting environmental standards, but still at the same time it needs to be tested because there are laws for that. Here's a ticket for speeding and lack of a license plate. You tell your friend to get his car fixed, else we would catch it.
Whose name is on the ticket?
Jason Priestley?
Jason Priestley.
Why are you giving
Okay.
it?
Just
Why?
Okay.
because the car's right there. He can't give it to Mr. Priestley. He's like, well, Actually, no, they would sit there and say, we will mail one to him. That's
Yeah.
what they would do.
Mhm.
They would mail a ticket. They'd be like, well, it's been handled. We're mailing a ticket to Mr. Priestley for having an improper marked vehicle and all sorts of other stuff.
Jason Priestley.
All right, I'll let him know.
Yeah, so, the cop at this point in time, pissed, gives you a ticket to a fake ID and scampers off at this point in time.
I guess I'm gonna get into my car, Christine.
Yeah.
And so, Nick, are we gonna push this any further, or are we getting out of here?
He sits there and goes, at this point in time, he points out that we've made enough noise and action. Lino might be paying attention, and he wants to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll drive Christine home, and I'll drop them off with, or John, you know how to drive, right?
I don't have the skill, but I'm pretty sure I could make it.
Remember, your van has a pilot program, and it can drive itself.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll just do that then. I'll have a program to drop them off and then come home.
Okay. All right, so respectively, you guys are separated going into your different directions. We're going to do some quick roundabouts before we call game, because this is going to be some time for speed up and take care of other business. We would like to catch up to the real world, because that was January time when all this took place, this night of adventure. Mm-hmm. And so you got to follow Lino for a while. It's going to be making some cash money. You got to do some break and entering and matrix runs and stuff like that. So there's a lot going on.
Some downtime.
Some downtime is coming your direction as you guys work with Nick to help resolve some of his issues. The first thing, of course, Nick is going to want to make a run on Fort Lewis. He wants to go dig out some more guns so he can sell in the open market. We'll get to that. What are the other things? He wants to pick up Lino. So people are going to have to follow Lino and figure out Lino's current actions to see if you can't get a moment to pick him up. Let's see, what was the other thing that was going to be taken care of? Yes, investigating the lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And the video feeds.
video feeds and lipstick.
Yep.
So, we're going to do some quick rounds. So, who should go first? Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Alrighty then. So, you get a chance to get back to your house.
Yes.
Crash.
Yes.
Crash hard.
Yes.
But you are not alone when you crash. Probably about 20 minutes after you come crawling in, so does somebody else show up to your place. He's tired as well. He's had a rather busy night because he just got back from
Down south.
down south in Mexico.
Yeah.
So it's a quick dive through the shower before you two crawl in the sheets. Do some quiet smushing before passing out.
No, there's
No,
no.
no
It's just
smushing,
straight up pass
just-
out.
Just straight up pass
and
out.
smushing is such an awkward word. It's
Yeah.
very.
Smush, smush.
That's how it works, right? No. But yeah. So.
So, your comlink goes off at about 8:25.
Oh.
As you're getting woke up by Nancy.
Yeah.
She sits there and says, "Good morning, Dr. Dalen. We have an appointment at 9:15 with Mr. Myers." You notice her voice is incredibly hushed, and as you're waking up, you realize Terrence is also still in the bed. He isn't up first.
I'm up first.
Yeah, you're up first.
When. Okay. So Sonny's going to creep out of bed
Okay.
and get ready for her appointment. And this time she gets to work the coffee maker.
All right.
Yeah, I know, right? Role reversal.
Role reversals here. All right.
Okay. So yeah, she's gonna get ready to go, and
You slide into the kitchen. I'm assuming at this point in time, since Terrence is here, you come into the front room, And sitting on the table console nearby is Adrian, because he's still a factor in life for Terrence.
Mm-hmm.
So Adrian's sitting on the table. He's got a little console in front of him. He's already up. He's wrapped up in blankets with a headset on. As you come in, he waves gingerly from underneath, like, hey. Because you guys have restricted him from going back to school, considering the last event. And I don't think you've decided to let him go back yet, or did we?
No, well... No, I think we did.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
at this point in time, as you're getting up, he is also getting up, dressed, and making him some lunch as he's getting ready for going to school.
Okay. And, yeah, so she's gonna get herself ready and get some coffee and... You know, I was like, he's got his headphones on. He's just,
He's in his
annoying
own little
around.
teenager world
And
at this
she's
point
not
in
gonna,
time.
she's not gonna bother him. She's still trying to wake up and, you know.
Yeah, he sits there and shows that he's made some scrambled eggs with onions for breakfast. So, you know, he like, shows you breakfast, scoops them out onto a plate if you want it, eats them
Yeah.
himself, scrapes it in real quick, grabs his books, tosses it in, gives you a wave as he heads out the door quickly.
I wave back. They're like, all right, everything's... So, I mean, if there were any problems, he'd let me know, hopefully.
Yep, otherwise this is the best sneak out maneuver he's done yet.
Exactly.
It completely looks like he's going to school.
Yeah. So, fooled me. But, yeah, so she's gonna eat breakfast, she's gonna get dressed, she's gonna leave
Okay.
to go to her appointment with Mr. Myers. Halfway dreading it.
Halfway dreaded. You haven't seen him in how long?
And, no, it's been, probably a few weeks, maybe,
Okay.
maybe a month.
Month at most, yeah, because it's probably a month basis.
Yeah.
He's one of your best paying customers, though.
Well, yes, he is, because I charge him a lot. Him in particular.
Because there's nothing wrong with him.
There's nothing wrong with him.
So, you arrive at your office.
Yes.
Nancy has everything prepped. The temperature's changed. The lighting has been set. You slide in quickly, get downstairs behind the concealed wall, bring up the little pad of information that's directed toward Mr. Myers. And as you've just settled into, I've got everything ready, and it's at least 10 minutes away, Nancy pops in and says, Myers is walking in the front door right now.
Okay, you can just send him down. We'll get it over with
course.
early, hopefully.
Of course. He has something with him. I've identified it as a tablet, a non-comlink offline device.
Okay, this is new.
Okay. So she pops in, talks to him. You can hear the conversation. He sits there and he fiddles and fidgets with the thing quite a bit as he talks to Nancy. Very large, broad-shouldered man, thick, squarish head, close-cropped hair just across the front.
Is he like a really big dude?
Yeah, he's got a strength score of 7
Yeah.
for a human. I mean, he's beefy. One step close to being orcish almost, but he's definitely human. So Nancy opens the door, allows him to come down the stairs into your office, and he walks in. Hey, Dr. Dalen.
Good morning, Mr. Myers.
Morning. I don't have long before I have to get off to work, so this is, I figured I'd stop in and just say hi. And you know what I mean.
Oh, yes, right. At first I was like, just say hi. That's not how this works. Have a seat.
He does. He walks
What?
over and sits and puts his little tablet thing next to him.
New toy?
Yeah, I've been playing with an offline device that's not connected into anything. I think it's kind of been a little bit therapeutic for myself. Before we start talking, and he taps it about me personally, I wanted to know if my young friend has come by and seen you and been able to get some help because he's important.
She's gonna have Nancy pull up like a couple of the last appointments just to make sure that he's been coming to them. I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's been pretty sharp.
Yeah.
The opportunity to expand himself and make himself a better individual. The kid looks like he's trying to squeeze and grab a hold of something in life because it's been rough for him.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you're an addict.
Yeah. So Myers sits there and says, "That's good. I'm glad to hear that." So
But yeah, he's doing well. Much improved.
Myers sits there and goes, good. I mean, he does well at loading, unloading fish and riding on the trucks. I mean, it's not a hard job. It's just you can't be whacked out on your head and Nova crack cocaine or whatever the hell it is he's smoking to kill him. It'll kill him. Anyways, I wanted to show you what I've been doing.
Okay, well, I'm ready.
So he pulls out his little tablet and he sits there and hands it to you and activates a slideshow. When he hands it to you, you see a picture of the first one is a Chihuahua. It is an adorable Chihuahua that looks like it's in some sort of playpen. There's some toys nearby. It's definitely a younger looking animal.
It's a puppy.
It looks like it's in a pet store of types.
Okay.
The next picture that it scrolls over to, someone has digitally edited in clothing on it. A little tutu to make it look like the dog's prancing. He sits there and begins talking about how he is starting to try his hand, and it's not good. It's actually kind of bad as far as it goes for Photoshops. But he's Photoshopping in little decorative clothes on the different animals. And so you begin perusing through this man's attempt at being an artist of decorating tiny animals in clothing. And the large burly man begins going through the descriptions of what he thinks about them, how he worked at this, and believe it or not, he talks about the number of hours he secretly spent at night and in the morning when people are asleep or away to decorate these animals in this collective of strange clothing. And how it has become somewhat of an obsession to where he's not going online and searching this stuff out.
Okay. She doesn't laugh.
Because that would be a terrible doctor.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Where do you store this when you're not using it?
Oh, I generally keep it in a desk drawer at my office, locked. And if anyone asks, it's for important information and scheduling stuff. Since it's offline, nobody can hack it unless they physically get to it. And I picked a pretty snazzy 7-number letter thing kind of password.
I see. Okay.
Nancy puts the password up on your screen. She begins posting like several options, and most of them are like tiny dog 007 or something along those lines. Because that's what she's doing. She's like looking at it and kind of probing it.
Right.
But she'll stop if you tell her to.
Yeah, she's just... So this is your new outlet?
Yeah, I gave it a try. I feel really good. That's kind of why I'm not thumbing through my comm link right now, showing you all the stuff that I've been looking at. Because I haven't been looking at anything. I've been going to pet stores and... Doc, I think I need to buy a dog.
So at this point, this is where it, like everything else, like the pictures, the gifts, the horrible Photoshop, like in her mind is like, okay, this is par for the course for this guy. Wait, you're getting a dog?
Yeah, I think actually having a pet that I could... But see, the thing is that I couldn't... If my wife saw me dressing a dog in a tutu, she would lose her damn mind.
Well, maybe you could talk to her about it. Maybe she would like to dress up tiny animals. So she pauses because she almost starts laughing at that point and covers her mouth. Maybe.
So you think I should talk to her about this first?
Well, it would be better than just coming home with a dog without telling her first. This is a big step. Big step for you.
Mr. Myers lowers his head. It doesn't look like it actually lowers because it's so thick, square-shaped head. You're right, Doc. That makes sense. Looks as a calming. I gotta get to work. The boats have already arrived. The fish are unloading. I'm gonna be late.
Okay. Well, I'm on call. This is a new development. If you need something, just give me a call, okay?
He nods. He grabs his little tablet, sticks it into his pocket, and begins to head out. Puts his hat on.
Keep practicing that Photoshop.
Yeah, you think I'm doing pretty good?
I think you can do better.
Yeah, I think so too. Alright, the large burly man walks out the door.
Oh my god.
John, do you remember who Mr. Myers was?
Yeah, he was the guy who ran the fish truck that I was doing guard duty on when I had my second encounter with Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't want people to know that he likes small animals dressing up in cute clothing. It's not manly, so he thinks it's a problem.
I mean, you know.
Nobody's gonna say, "Oh man, that's terrible," because he can beat their faces in.
He thinks they will say, "Oh man, that's terrible," and so he's got a therapist he goes and speaks to about what he thinks is an issue.
And she says, "No, it's not a problem." He's like, "Okay, well, fine. I'm still gonna show you all this stuff, and I'm gonna pay for your silence."
He just wants somebody to appreciate his art.
Yeah, and his hobby.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be fun.
Yep. All right. Did you have anything else you'd want to do at this point in time? Because you're pretty much, that was your little...
No. No, she's just gonna go through the rest of her day and imagine this, like, now she thinks that he's actually gonna go out and get a dog, and now, like, this is a big improvement. She didn't even have anything to do with it.
His obsession is becoming a reality.
Exactly.
And is it healthy?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Anybody who doesn't like it will probably get a big meaty fist in their nose. So, yeah, it'll be fine.
Go for his pipe. She disagrees.
Booby doesn't like you. Come here, boo-boo. I can only imagine what he's gonna...
Come here, boo-boo. Oh my goodness.
Alright, so we're gonna shift around to Gears.
Oh, Gears.
So,
What's
what
up?
we are looking at now is this is the period of time after the event that you just got through with, going up to Lino's house. What are some of the things that you would look for your character to be trying to work toward in his life? You've got the next few days to do whatever it is that you want to do. Is there anything in particular you want your character to work toward or go for?
Yeah, I'd have to look through the book and figure out what I want to do.
Okay. All right. Well, for that, it's just I'm letting you know that there's some downtime coming, so you can plan ahead and go from
Right.
there. But there will be a upcoming. I forgot his name. Sorry, Lucky will be saying, "Hey, I got a job for you." So within a day or two of you having downtime, Lucky's going to be calling you saying, "Hey, I'm ready to go hit Fort Lewis."
Okay.
So you have roughly about 2 days before he comes out of his.
I'd like to out of character up my perception or get some perception. Any?
How long does that take?
I don't know.
Neither do I. 1 second. 1 day per rating. So to get 1 in perception is going to take you a day, and it's going to cost you a total of 2 karma.
2 karma for 1 point.
2 karma for 1 point, and it's going to take 1 day.
How much for 2 points?
6 karma for 2 points, and it's going to take you 2 days.
I'll do that.
All right, so you're going to, in 2 days, when Nick calls you, you're going to have 2 perception. Good deal. All right, we're going to move over to John's character, Odysseus. We'll be coming back to the investigator and the Decker here in a second.
Odysseus is kind of tired of being chaperoned around in the back of a van.
Uh-huh.
So he's going to start shopping for a motorcycle.
Shopping for a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, do you have anything already picked out? Or as a player, have you looked through and said, hey, this is the one I want?
Well, I have kind of let me see if I can. I have to cut out my net folder that I saved that book in now. But it was like the stats of one bike.
Do you remember
the German bike?
the what?
He really wants a German-made bike.
A Beamer?
Something. Nimbalist. Yeah, I said it first. Let's see.
Let's see. BMW Blitzen?
Yeah, it wasn't a Blitzen. That was like the only BMW bike that they had listed. So I was wondering if I could get something with like the sport bike stats made by BMW.
I will let you make a name up for that. You'll still be paying the same price plus maybe some others. Yeah, you'll probably be paying the same price for the, which is about 8.5. Because the Suzuki Mirage, is that the one you're talking about?
Yes, that was it.
Suzuki Mirage, and you can give it some other name, but it's going to be the Suzuki Mirage Stats. And that's 8.5. What license are you going to use to buy it with? What driver, what ID?
Yeah, there's a free.
What's his level at?
I believe it's a 3. I'm going to check though.
All right.
Yeah, it's currently a 3.
Okay, your ID flies. They will sell you a car. They think you're legit. I mean, a motorcycle.
I'm too legit, actually.
Definitely. So in those 2 days, you're able. Do you have drive?
I do not have drive, but I'm willing to learn.
All right.
How to
With
pilot vehicles.
2 karma and 1 day, you can have a drive of 1.
Okay.
6 karma and 2 days, you can have a drive of 2.
Do I have time to both shop for the bike and spend 2 days learning how to ride it? Okay. Yeah, I figured. So I'll spend the 2 karma for 1.
Sounds good. While you've shopped and you've found one, I guess Hans helps get you there and stuff like that?
Yeah, hopefully.
Definitely.
He kind of owes me, so.
Yeah, he owes you a lot because you're keeping him out of debt and all the other problems he's run himself into. Alrighty then. So that's that. Let's slide over to our investigator, Alan Parsons.
Okay.
Nothing for you guys is going to happen until I almost called you Ruby. Zoe gets a chance to dig into some information. So we're pretty much holding for her to come back and say, hey, this is what I found out. So you've got a few days.
Alan could be stalking Lino, actually.
What? You follow Lino?
Nice.
Brilliant idea. Okay, I mean, that's actually what you do, isn't it?
Yes, I put on physical masks and follow people around.
Are you going to make this suggestion to Sunny or Lucky?
If, I think he doesn't know what happened, but I think if he ever, I think he's probably going to go and board up the window that he, went through.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, crash, wake up, go, oh. Call Sunny, ask how the stakeout went, and suggest that next time he do that since
Okay.
it's kind of what he does.
So yeah,
Probably
so
laughs his ass off when he hears what happened.
so she'll make arrangements with Nick to send over the stuff that they've already gathered to you, so you can pick up where they left off, essentially.
How much do you charge a day?
Uh,
Or what would be the going rate to follow Lino around, is the question.
going rate. Well, she kind of did pay him out, but he's got to eat $250 a day plus expenses.
How about 100 plus expenses?
What's the difference? 175.
150.
Negotiation rolls without
Yep.
rolling. It's great.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That works.
Awesome.
All right, Nick will drop you an extra 300, and on top of everything, so you have some money to play around with some expenses.
Oh, Nick, you're so sweet.
It's just money.
And he also hasn't figured out who Alan is. So.
Nope.
Which is probably going to be very interesting.
Okay, so you will be following Lino. How many successes can you buy with your perception?
I can buy 2.
2, right off the bat.
Yep.
And how many can you buy with your stealth?
Stealth is only 1.
You can only buy 1, but you can also use a sneaking spell to kind of
Yep.
hover around. And yeah, that's good. Okay. All right, I will keep that in mind moving forward. Is there anything else in particular you want to do other than follow Lino every once in a while?
I think he's going to work on improving his impersonation and police impersonation.
And
Which is currently at a 1.
Okay, that's gonna. So you want to move it to a 2?
Yep.
That's gonna cost you 4 karma and take 2 days.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Last but not least, we move on to the person who's going to absorb the last 30 minutes of the show.
Yep.
And action.
Okay. So I guess hacking is what we're gonna be doing right now.
So you walk into your house, it's late, the sun's going to be up in a few hours. You come in, and sitting on the edge of the counter in the darkness, there are 2 glowing yellow lights.
Hey, Cat. Guess what? I got something special for you.
An image of a guillotine appears with a person in it, and the statement of question mark tuna fish, and the guillotine falls and the person's head pops off.
That's rude, for one. And then I'll hold up the frozen tuna.
Oh, the lights suddenly flicker on as she sits there and jumps down and starts rubbing up against your leg. Like, oh, yeah. Oh, I love you so much.
Right. Yeah, guillotine again.
Best human ever.
Tuna respect for you.
All right. So, I guess by now the tuna is kind of thawed. Toss it in your defroster.
Do a little chop magic. Ask it what seasonings it wants on it.
Okay.
Anyway, and then I also pull out the Roomba,
Uh-huh.
put it down, hook everything up.
We're having an appearance by GM Cat to join us.
Yay, GM Cat!
What do you think about a Roomba? No?
No,
She doesn't want to talk right
she
now.
doesn't want to talk right now. Okay.
Mommy told me. Okay, put the Roomba down. Oh, goodness. Okay. So how far off is this place?
We're going to say that it's about 20 kilometers or plus. So let's take a look and see what that means for you. I'm assuming that while you're doing this, because you've mentioned that you're looking at moving to new places, you're starting to look at Aegis, Safeguard, securities. You're also bringing up information of, hey, what's available in downtown to move into.
Yeah.
Ooh, apartment hunting.
So right now, I'm assuming you're multitasking, letting Kat know, hey, we're looking at a new place. Kat's excited. Ooh, move to a new place. Something with a kitty door, you know. It's greater than 10 kilometers, but less than 100 kilometers, so that's a noise level of 5 right off the bat. You live in the downtown area, and I do believe downtown area had a minus to the noise level. Let's double check. There we go. Nope, downtown has a plus to the noise level, so that's a plus, that's a noise level total of 6 from downtown to where you're going. Also, right now, your lifestyle provides that you're working on the public grid, and that gives you an extra 2 dice to work with. Am I correct?
Yes.
Unless you wanted to slide over to something a little bit faster, then you're going to have to break and enter into some, like a global grid that loses you 2 dice. Yes, the public grid makes you lose 2 more dice. So right now you're looking at a loss of 8 dice.
Oh.
But you can recoup some of those by hot simming in, moving on to a more prominent grid. That'll give you 4 dice back.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. I thought there was like equipment that I could buy that would help reduce noise.
There are programs.
Yeah, I have a couple of programs like Signal Scrub.
Yeah, which will noise reduce by 2.
Right, and I'm just looking for anything else, like addition that I could tack on.
You could run 2. Don't you have 2 slots?
I do.
Could you run?
2 slots.
You can run 2 signal scrubs.
I could run virtual machine twice and then have 4 Signal Scrubs going.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could. That would give you a loss of 8. Now the noise right now is only 6, so you'd lose the. You could do it 3 times and gain those 6 dice back, so that's gone. And then that last slot you could do something else with.
Yeah. I'd probably be running my baby monitor.
Baby monitor's important.
Mm.
It is.
Okay, so is that what you want to do? 2 virtual machines with 3 signal scrubs and a baby monitor?
Sure.
All right, so using public grid, you still suffer a -2 unless you hot sims in, and then those 2 will be pretty much negated.
Right. Seems good. Okay. Oh, yeah.
So what's the first thing you want to do? Now that you've got in, prepped up, got all your programs running, you got, bam, virtual machines running, the 2 signal scrubbers, things are running. Your sprite is hovering nearby, waiting for your commands.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him run diagnostics.
As he has been on your deck.
Yep.
Okay.
So then I should probably wait. It's daytime, right?
Yep.
Good. Excellent. Excellent.
Because you haven't gone to bed yet.
Game of nighttime, daytime.
Daytime.
Nighttime, daytime.
I guess I should try to get in.
All right, so you zap over to Aegis Safeguard Securities. An acronym floats above their host icon. It's pretty big. It's nice. Big, fat 3 letters rotating there, bright red light flashing.
Here. Guess I gotta hack in.
Well, no, you can. Your options are you can enter the host, so you can walk in the host and be like, "Hi, I'm here as John Q. Public," to look around at the menus and the options that they provide access to the public. You've walked in. You haven't done anything that's not illegal.
Okay.
The moment you start throwing anything related to attack or sleaze around, like trying to put marks on stuff, that's when you start doing illegal things.
Right.
So, bum bum bum. You arrive at the host. You see a plethora of information. They offer tons of home security, from CCTV to remote-controlled locks, car tracking information, a variety of possibilities through their company Aegis. What would you like to do first? Now you've come into the host. No program has directly affronted to you other than their menu board.
Right. Actually, if I would want to probably look at the information that they have, like what their specs are for their, like whatever is available to the public as far as the specs on their closed caption TVs or security things, just so I get a better idea of the equipment that they use and the how the information is transmitted.
Sure, not a problem. You probably get one matrix perception to get this, since you're inside the host. That's something they would share, like, oh yeah, we use cameras, and your options are either on-site store or digital transfer, and they go through what wireless options they have, 24/7 feed. You can change it as you want through some sort of dashboard that you have access to. Dashboards are all locked with a password and encrypted with the fingerprint. So only the owner of the account can access the information. Which would be odd if Nick owned the account and he didn't change it. That means something happened fishy.
Yep.
But is he the one that actually owns that? I mean, obviously, I don't know.
You want to probe the information, the computer, to see if his name will pop up somehow, or maybe try to log in under his information and figure out a password? I mean, he doesn't seem like a bright guy. He might use something like ABC123 as a password.
Yeah.
No, I mean, honestly, I don't think he has control of it anymore. It's probably under the mother-in-law's information, if anything.
Right. All right, well, that means at this point in time, your best option is to put some marks on the system, get in and start digging around.
Yep.
Digging.
Okay. Now, very important to know that if those videos have been sent here, they have been lodged into the archive of the host. No matter what you do, how many marks you throw onto this, you're never going to be able to say, I'm going into the archive and pulling it out. Only those things that have 4 marks from the host itself can enter our archive and pull things out. So you have to get a program that's running in the host to go into the archive and pull it back, or an employee to go into the archive and pull something out. Because most you're going to hit is 3 marks.
Right.
3 marks. And 3 marks will not get you into the archive. And 4 marks is impossible to get without taking over ownership of a host. And that's near impossible. So you have to find a way to convert something inside this post to go into the archive, pull out the files related to the information you want. That doesn't mean you can't look at those files and figure out where they're at. So it's kind of like deep sea fishing.
Okay.
So
I probably need to just get into their system, look up an employee that has that type of access, and then get their account information, log in as them, and then pull records from the archive.
okay, so you're going to need an employee name that you're going to want to be able to do this with.
Right.
All right.
That has the permission needs.
So to get a hold of employee information, you're going to have to actually start hitting. Let's see, what was it again? You need to get into the employee files and to find them. So first thing to do is to find the employee files. That's a matrix perception check.
Okay. Are you kidding me?
No successes. You are unable to find the personnel. By the way, it requires no marks to do that, and it is a data processing through. You're not doing marks at this point in time. Your matrix perception is computer plus intuition. Is data processing requires 0 marks. So you just kind of sorted around. This stuff is encrypted. They did a really good job of trying to keep this kind of information out from the public. So you're kind of like sorting through the information in the trees and you're like, where is everything? A chat bubble pops up and sits there and says, hello, do you need some assistance?
I'll close it.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I guess I'll just buy 3 successes. Is that enough? Find them?
Okay. Yes, you are able to find the location for the file in the archive, so you know where the personnel file is. Like I said, it's a... Let me double check. I'm making sure I do this right. Oh, no, that's... Yeah. Archives are used for files that aren't regularly used, so information that comes in that needs to be saved goes in the archive. Personnel files are used constantly, so they're not going to be in the archive. All right. So, yes, you find the personnel file, and it's currently locked with a protection.
Okay. So this is where I need to put marks on.
It requires 1 mark to crack a file, and then it is a hacking plus logic attack maneuver versus the protection rating on the file.
Wait, we're doing hacking on the fly?
No, hacking.
Oh,
It's the action is called crack file. Hack on the fly is an ability. Crack a file is an ability, but you need 1 mark to be able to crack a file.
Okay.
22 dice. Baby, could you roll this for me?
Yeah. How much do we need?
Just roll that.
Oh, just with this?
Yep. Oh, that's
Oh,
a nice
no.
roll.
Oh no.
Alrighty then. You get a mark. In fact, you get 1 really nice mark.
Excellent.
And now it is time to make your hacking plus logic. Your limitation is your attack. What is your attack currently set at?
Oh, 5.
So your most successes you can get is 5. I'm assuming, what was your data processing at?
It'll be 4.
Okay, 4. So of those 7, only 4 actually Oh, so you were. Hang on. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. What's your sleaze at?
4.
4. So 4 of those successes counted for this thing you just rolled.
Okay.
All right, cracking the file anytime you're ready. Woot! 14 successes, but only 4 of them count because your attack is a 4, right?
No, my attack would be a 5.
5, so 5 of them count. Now, the crack file is a protection rating of 4, so it gets 8 dice. 2 successes versus your 5. Yeah, you pop the personnel file open. All right, now you've access it, and you don't really want to change too much. You just want to pull out some personnel information so that you can pretend to be this person and tell this pretend person's program persona to go into the archive and come back out because they're technically qualified to do so. While you're looking in the personnel file, you notice all the employees, but you also come across the 5 listed spiders that they have on listed to run on duty. 2 of them are currently active right now. One of them's name is Jason the Argonaut. Pamela, and you see Daryl the Hunter. It's not listed as he being active. He's offline right now, but even his online persona is Daryl the Hunter out there in Matrix Land. At work, he's Daryl the Hunter. All right. So you're going to spoof the system and pretend to be an IT employee, a regular employee, one of the spiders.
Oh, be Daryl.
I guess IT.
All right, so you're picking some random IT person. Are you picking someone that's online or offline?
Online.
All right, so to say that again.
I said online because this will be quick.
Okay, because they're online, your spoof command must succeed versus their logic and firewall to tell them to go do something. Perfectly fine. It's going to be able to be done. If you did it offline, you're going against the host. So basically, one direction, you tell somebody who's offline to suddenly come online and go do shit, and the host goes, "What the fuck are you doing clocking in?"
Right.
With you picking someone who's online, they'll be like, "What the fuck am I doing this for? I didn't remember telling you to do this," if they notice it.
Right.
Alrighty then. You only need 1 mark. Because you've already marked a file in the system, you have 1 mark in the system. You can spoof this person's information. Let's see who they are. Their name is... Oh wow, it's taking longer than a few seconds. There we go. Julia Woolley. So you're pretending to be Julia right now. And so Julia is going to go to the archive and find the information. Her logic is a 4, and the firewall and the system she's using is a massive 8. She's got 12 dice. She's currently running in the system itself, so she gets an extra 2, giving her 14 to work with. And let's see if there's anything else on here. The system hasn't been alerted. Julia is not aware of anything else going on, so Julia gets 14 dice to roll against you.
What am I rolling?
You are going to be rolling hacking plus intuition and sleaze as your limit.
Okay. So I'm gonna switch my attack and my sleeves.
Okay.
So sleeves will go 5.
All right, you take a moment, slide some numbers around. Give a nod to your sprite, who gives you a nod back. Supercharges your deck. You guys go to town and start tearing up some numbers. Eight successes, meaning 5 successes. And Julia rolls a total of 6 successes to figure out, yeah, she stops and she's sitting there. Thank you for calling ages, blah, blah, blah. She's doing her thing. She's checking stuff out. And she's like, what the fuck is... All of a sudden on her screen, an extra little window pops up and some code starts flying by. And she's like, close that window out. And it pops back open. No. Oh, yes, not a problem, Mrs. So-and-so. I'm trying to help you greatly. I can see that there's an issue with your system. Yeah, not a problem. Fucking window close out. What the hell's going on? Stop that. Now, she's got 6 successes, and you've got 5. So that means she beat you by 1. So as you're sitting there doing your stuff, and you're like, Julia, go to the archive. Julia's persona is ready to dash down there. All of a sudden, she breaks into the code and chop. Chops it up little pieces and throws it into the garbage going, fuck no.
Actually, I forgot about my sprite's limit. It would be right at 6.
Oh, so you got 6 successes. She got 6 successes. Still, because the number ties, Julia cuts you off. This little IT person is just like, nope, shut that window down. I've been taking night courses. You bitch.
Stop trying to better yourself.
I'll never be anything more than IT.
All right. So, Julia shuts you down. You're ready to launch off, and she's an Iraqi Scud missile taking that Patriot out. No, wait, that was a Patriot taking out Scud missiles. I forgot, it was the other way.
Yeah.
So there you are, sitting at your deck. You're kind of like, and you stop and you pull back, like, check out her level. Yeah, she's like junior level IT. She's been at the job maybe 3 months.
Nice.
Goddamn overachiever.
Well, shit. I guess I'll try again.
Okay. Now, of course, you know that trying again means Julia's going to be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that's true. No, I'll find something else.
You worm away from Julie like, must find someone else to do my evil work, like a spider crawling across the wall. Alrighty then. You pull another name out of the file, another IT person. This is Harold Caldill. Alright, you're now disguising yourself as Harold. Let's see. I'm going to roll a d6. If I get high, Harold's on. If I roll low, Harold's offline. Harold is offline. That's going to draw the host's attention.
Yeah, is there anybody else that's online?
All right. We'll assume you're picking one that is online. Sharon Roberts.
Okay.
She is not a newbie. She is definitely a veteran at this game. So she's had at least 2 years under her belt. If Julia presented this much of a problem, I don't know.
Maybe this trick will be worse.
Yeah, exactly. She's just like, I've been at this job too long. My soul is gone. A new window has popped up. I hate my life. She still gets 14 dice to play with, so there's that. And she doesn't have a limit like you do.
Oh, somebody's saying about spending an edge to break the limit.
Ooh, someone from the crowd is making a suggestion. It's late, last minute, 7 minutes to go to the end of the game, and the audience pipes up, suggesting use one of your edge to break the limit.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, I forgot about this.
You never read anything about edge. I'm going to read the rules on how that works. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Bind hit, success, actions, attributes, essence, skills. I forgot the page. Here we go. Push the limit. Add your edge rating to your test, either before or after the roll. This can allow you to take a test that might otherwise have a dice pool of 0 or less, thanks to various modifiers in play. Using edge is This way makes the rule of 6 come into play. Every 6 you roll counts as a hit, and then you re-roll that dice, adding additional hits from the re-rolls to your total. If you decide to use this function after your initial roll, only your edge dice use the rule of 6. This use of edge allows you to ignore any limits on your test. So if you got 14 successes, you got 14 successes. Are you gonna?
Let's do that.
All right, so you pull Sharon's name out. You've already got a mark on the system. You know all her ID information, so you're going to go onto her computer and make a window pop up and make her go into the archives to pull out the file, correct?
Yes.
All right. You're using your edge?
Yes.
What's your edge score?
1.
1! You get to add 1 extra dice, but you get to re-roll all 6s.
Okay.
She gets 14 dice to use. Does Sharon care? I'm going to roll a dice. If I get a 1, Sharon's actually going to lose dice for being unbothered by this. So, no, Sharon's going to get all 14 dice.
Okay.
You get to re-roll 1 6.
Ah, damn it, Sarah.
All right, bam, you slam it in there. Open the window, start going in, telling Sharon's persona to dive into the archives. There it goes, leeching out, going into the archives, going for that huge clump of data that you've already pre-selected. It's not like it's going to go there and start sorting through. You know, you've sent her
Bring me analog dice.
analog dice. Fuck using this computer. As the program begins diving in, you're watching from a distance. Sharon's icon begins going in, dissipates. Sharon closes the window out, immediately logs a ticket. You watch it happen on her system. Sharon in IT with a little head thingy on sits there and goes, this just happened. Somebody else in there. Julia pops up. I had a strange window open up too. Sharon sits there and says, really, Julia, what did it tell you to do? I was going to pull something from the archive. Sharon sits there and says, hey, this sounds fishy. Somebody turn on the spider. Boo! IT sends a signal out to the spider. Six plus 6 plus what you rolled. 12, 13, 14. All right. Sarah.
Yeah.
There you are, in there. 1 mark on the host. You're looking around. You haven't been detected just yet. But your baby monitor is going chirp, 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 chirp. What do you want to do? Keep pushing the envelope, check your baby monitor. Because right now, they just called the shift spider to log on.
Yeah. I'm going to check my baby monitor first.
Let's see. 26. All right, that gives the spider another couple of seconds before he logs in.
Okay, I'm going to try it one more time, and then I'm done.
Got any more edge?
No, she used her one. Are you
Oh.
going to,
Oh, no. She doesn't. We have team edge. Thanks to a couple of our listeners, we have 2 that you can use.
This is basically a dice. There are 2 of them floating out there. Everyone has access to these 2 dice. They have been donated. Thank you very much to the donations from the audience. You can you can grab both of those edge out there, or you can just grab one, but it still can be used for pushing the limit. But if you take it,
Yeah.
it takes away from what the team has access to.
Yeah, sorry guys, this is for team.
So you're taking both of those dice out there?
Yes?
All right.
Just
So-
one.
Just one?
Just one.
That's
just
fine. You
one.
still get to re-roll your 6s. Now, are you going to choose somebody's name that is online or offline?
Online.
All right, another
So-
online name.
Still
Yeah.
online?
Yeah, it's easy. It's easier because then, like, if I would it just be the 8 dice from the host that I would be going against? Or...
No, it's 16. The host has 16 dice. It's a little bit more critical. But the host also can't make good decisions. It makes pre-calculated decisions. So you can kind of guess what the host is going to do. But if you screw up and the host immediately will identify you, where a human will make mistakes, the host automatically will try to like link lock you, crash you, burn you, set your ass on fire, stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, this is my life. Okay, online as well.
Brenda Gonzalez. Next name that pops up out of the roster. She is also a veteran. And she's quite paying attention. You want me to roll first? No, let's make it a surprise. Go ahead and roll.
Okay, well, I'm going to do one, like, burn the edge.
Burning it.
Okay. Okay. Hold
She's
on.
excited.
There's a lot of them.
Oh, there are a lot of
Okay.
them.
1, 2. Okay. So let's just do 6s first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
Ooh.
7 6s
2 5s.
and 2 5s. So I got 9, and then I re-roll 6s. Yeah, the 7 6s. Give me that. The 1, 2.
Is that a total of
So
11?
11.
11 successes. Now, as Brenda sits there and she's in the chat too, and she sees all this information popping up, she's paying attention. So I can only give her a benefit of at least 2 more dice because she's aware.
But maybe she hates her job.
She does hate her job, just like everyone else. As Brenda sits there and logs on and she's paying attention, all of a sudden the window pops up. She slides over and she's like, hey, everybody, I got that same window. That's what you hear going on in the chat. They're like, hey, just give it a kill command. Bam! She pops in the kill command. You're like, boom! As the kill command has already been edited out by you and the sprite's dual action. She's like, kill command's not working. I can't get it to stop. It's already accessing the archive. Can you bring up the information? She goes, I'll give it a shot. So she tries to copy paste, and all of a sudden you're, bam! Stop the copy paste crap, bitch. This is mine. The archive gets brought up into Brenda's information, and there it is, like a golden orb of treasure on Brenda's desktop. Now she's like, what the fuck? You're in the Matrix, so you act faster. It's going to be a few seconds before she can finish the delete command that she's currently trying to tell it. Delete this archive that just dropped on my desk. This doesn't make any fucking sense. Congratulations, you got it. Your baby monitor is going neener, 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 neener. All right, what do you want to do? Copy the file or check your baby monitor?
I guess just copy the file.
All right, it's your computer logic versus your computer and logic on data processing versus her intuition and firewall use. She only has 12 dice on this. What did I say it was a minute ago? 25? 26? Yeah, it was 26.
Do I need to roll?
No. It's very important to know that every defensive success the system gets against things like this, because that's what she's doing. Not this. This is a data processing thing. The file command, the spoofing, adds into it. So it just went up by that number. Because spoofing is... Yeah, spoofing is sleaze.
Okay. You said computer plus logic.
Computer plus logic versus her intuition and firewall. I'll go ahead and roll. She got 3 successes. She's trying to keep you from copying the file.
Hold on. Let me see if I can just buy these. 3, 4, 5. I can buy 5.
You buy 5, you're just going to buy it like, no, I'm copying this. Stop
I'm
it.
doing it. Ugh.
All right.
Yeah.
You're done. You're copied.
Okay.
All right.
Now I'm gonna burn everything and get out.
Burn everything. So you're going to erase your mark.
Yeah.
Erasing your mark is a computer plus logic roll versus your attack. And your limit is your attack versus willpower firewall. All right. Your baby monitor's going. It's like going off. Do you want to check your baby monitor or do you want to erase your marks?
Do I know the sound that it's making?
Yeah.
I can buy 4 successes.
Yep.
I just threw all my dice on the floor.
Don't do that. All right.
That's it.
Right.
So all of them? Sure. Okay. I have to recount. This is so stressful.
All right. So the IT people do not know how to watch marks being erased. This is, by the way, the host is doing this one.
Okay.
Just FYI.
I don't want to burn that other edge.
Do it.
I'm burning the team edge. The last team edge.
You're gonna have the other things.
Oh yeah, one other edge. I only got 1 6.
Yeah, there's
1, 2,
4
3, 4,
Yeah, it's fine. That's
5 successes.
Night, Jay.
And then get the full one more. Nope. So 5 successes.
5? That's it?
Yeah.
Wow. Because the host has a host rating of 5, but gets a firewall of 8 that gives it 13 dice to roll.
Yep.
That's all it's got. It got 1 success.
Ugh.
Wait, did it glitch?
Did it glitch?
No, not quite.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 13. It needed 1 more to glitch. The host is sitting there going, yeah. Oh, man, I bought a golden... This is really cool booger. I have no idea what the fuck the host is doing. 9. You got 26 earlier, plus another 9 puts it at 35, making this one a 36. Your baby monitor is crying.
You can says, you know that voice in the house that Amityville Horror makes that get out. That's what your baby monitor's doing right
Yeah,
now.
your baby,
Or cats.
your baby monitor's going, get out.
And then the white rabbit
That's
also
awesome.
suggests cats.
Oh my god.
Screeching cat noises.
Screeching cat noises. All right. So yeah, you have erased your marks. You have erased your trail.
You used up all the group karma, but it's worth it.
Your baby monitor is screaming its head off.
And the host is preoccupied with cat gifts.
Yeah, and amazingly, the host is preoccupied with its terrible 1 success. The IT, on the other hand, are sitting there going, something's going on. Where's the spider? Where's the spider?
What happened? I don't understand. I have acid reflux now. That's exciting.
You made yourself... All right, so let's see. Previously, when I rolled for the spider's alert, it was 3 rounds, and that was 3 rounds ago, so we're going on to round 4. And it's now round 4 after the spider has been alerted. and he's sat down and he's pulled up his little decky thing and he's doing it. So he right now is sliding in. As you're cleaning up the last of your mess, you've got your file, it's copied, the IT people are freaking out, popping open windows. All of a sudden, an angel in golden armor descends into the host, wings spread, everything starts clearing out. What the hell do you do?
I'm out.
Peace,
Done.
bitches.
Log out. Run away. Bye.
All right.
See you later.
This is where we do an initiative dice roll. You versus the spider. Because this is in that same round. The spider comes in, and you're trying to leave. Spider rolls 3d6 plus 12. 7, 8, plus 12, 20.
20.
You got a 20 as well?
I got a 20.
You got a 20, they've got a 20?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we go at the same time. Spider comes in, doesn't see any marks, but does see your icon there, and immediately tells the host to go into alert status. That's his action. The host, in response, will immediately generate a black ice. So, game mechanics wise, as you're like cleaning everything up, looking around, you're like, I'm done, I'm good. All of a sudden, boom, golden armored angel appears, and all of a sudden, boom, giant evil black thing appears, and whoop, you're gone.
Oh my god. And then I take a nap.
Really? That's the next thing you do?
No way.
Well, after, like,
No, the next thing she does is she goes and pukes up whatever she ate before, because that was scary as hell. Or maybe she has to go clean up her underpants.
yes, my underpants.
Clean up your man.
Underpants, take a shower.
All right, yeah, you're
I probably-
cleaning up, you're doing your thing, and as you're taking off your now sweaty clothes, as that was pretty intense, the cat's like, meow, meow,
What?
meow. Points over the fact you just said you walked away from your active deck with a 36 Overwatch score on it. Meow. That shit just doesn't go away.
No, like, oh, never mind. Sorry. I thought whatever
The
I
cat
checked
reaches
out,
over.
turned off.
Yeah, the cat reaches over and flicks the on-off switch. Meow.
Hey.
Then projects several emoticons that translate into, now you know why I'm better than you.
And
That
that's
was a
why I
tickle
love
flick.
you. And that's why I bring you premium tuna.
Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, because it would have been only a few more minutes before they had done a trace and figured out where you come from, and then pump your Overwatch score up by a few points and have God come down on top of your measly little deck that's running how many virtual machines? Who would be buying a new deck?
Cat. From all that money that you made.
Video game.
Yep. From all that video game money. You're like, hey, can I take out a loan?
Meow, 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 meow. All right, so we will bring it to a close here. And did I award karma last time? I did, didn't I? I think I did. This was a successful run, and you're currently doing a stakeout and following, so I'll give you a karma there, Robin.
Okay.
Sarah, you successfully stole some data. You didn't succeed in getting any pay data, but you sure as hell got a copy of all the recent video files for, I forgot his name, Lucky's house. So you've got that. You had pre-planned and prepped that you were going to pull more than just Lucky's information.
Yes.
So
So
that
it didn't look like it was just his. It
Correct.
was everybody. Like, in that
everybody's
little area.
exactly. You're covering your ass there, which was smart. So I'll give, like I said, I'll give you a karma for making that run successful. Excellent. All right. Was really fun. So I'm assuming you got some pay data out of that. And I enjoyed the role play with the Mr. Myers, so you
Yeah.
get a karma for that.
Okay.
John, you bought a bike and spent karma, so you improved your character nonetheless. We're going to have some backstory stuff happening, and if you guys haven't, and the audience haven't had a chance to sit down and listen to Odysseus's backstory, please do so. It's pretty darn good, and Sonny's backstory will be coming out here shortly as we get it finished edited for the podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
And we'll be recording the rest of the players pretty soon. In the
Yes.
next couple weeks or so.
Next one up online is going to be Zamora's and Alan Parsons' backstory. And I think the last one we're going to deal with is going to be Gears and...
Right.
I was about to call him Dirt Mage.
Gears and Dirt Mage.
Pollux. His name is Pollux.
Pollux. Yes. Gears and Pollux are the last two to deal with, and they're kind of they're in the workings. I'd like to thank everyone who joined us and stuck it out for an extra 14 minutes as Sarah has now gained heartburn from the anticipation and the burning of so much edge. I can smell it on this side. It smells like plastic burning.
Plastic and pizza.
That might be something on your end.
Yeah.
It could be a tumor.
It could be a tumor. It's not a tumor. All right, well, we're going to end our stream here. Thanks for joining us with the original box set. We appreciate everybody hanging out. Good night.
Yay, good night.
And we are no longer live.
Right.
Wow. 36 on your Overwatch score.
I like living on the edge.
You like spinning off the edge?
Sorry.
Okay, you survived.
Not sorry.
You survived, and that's what's important.
Do you know what would have happened if the spider, if she had missed one round worth of crap and the spider had showed up the second round, instead of, he'd called the host active and then he would have hit her. And no matter what
You're
would have...
still streaming.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.